Oh. What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come try to make sense with all this with us. Let's go.
What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the f*** are you talking about?
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on H2D Radio. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc. Gotta make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them right on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic, I'm Thomas Arnone. Nick DelGozzo will be with us in a little bit, and hopefully our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, will be with us in a little bit as well, and we can go over the laundry list of injuries for the Philadelphia Eagles. But besides that, we got a lot to dissect tonight. We got a lot to go over. We'll give you our crumb of the week at the end of the show. We'll give you our players of the game. Not sure who they are, but we'll find a couple guys. Yeah, we'll give you players of the game, and we might not be able to find them from either team, but we're going to find a couple guys. But our main topic at hand, Eagles, Jets, post-game, all that ties right into our poll question, and our poll question is brought to you by Royal Billiard. They're the premier game room store of the Delaware Valley. They're stocked with the very best in pool tables, accessories, shuffleboards, card tables, dart supplies, bars, bar stools. Turn any ordinary room into an extraordinary gaming experience. Oh, did we mention they have hot tubs too? Stop by Royal Billiard, located at 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, PA, or visit them right on the web, royalbilliard.com. And our poll question for this evening, here we go. Jalen Hurts' play is concerning. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe. Most importantly tonight, especially after losses, right? Because, we've been a lot of kumbaya 5 weeks in, right? A lot of positives. Look at the bright side of things, right? We didn't want to try to be negative, okay? Didn't want to try to be negative. Now, in reality, nobody's going 17-0, okay? And obviously nobody in the 2023 season is going 17-0 either, okay? But today's an embarrassing loss. An embarrassing loss on so many levels, and we're going to dissect all of it, but we want to hear from everybody out there. Let us know. Get it off your chest tonight. To the poll, absolutely agree. And everyone, Tom was waiting for this. No, I really wasn't, because I've been extremely proud of the development of Jalen Hurts. But let's just keep things 100, guys. Can we do that once in a while? All right. You're talking about 6 interceptions through 6 games. He threw 6 all of last year. All of last year, he threw 6 interceptions. He's already thrown 6 in 6 games. That's not good enough. And after watching today, right, and let it sit with me now for 45 minutes or an hour, that's downright atrocious. That ain't $255 million. Are you kidding me? Other guys got crushed for a lot less in this city. So I don't want to hear about everybody else, because that's all everybody's going to tell me. I don't want to hear about anybody else tonight, okay? Because I'm going to point the leader of my football team who came up small today in a big, big way. Now, is there blame to go elsewhere? Absolutely there's blame to go elsewhere. DaVonta looked like he forgot how to catch a football today out of nowhere, okay? We're throwing the ball on third down there. We're throwing the ball way too much today to begin with. Okay, that goes on coaching. Brian Johnson's got a little bit of a pass here early on this season, right? I'll consider not letting him get on the bus back home. You walk, Brian. Walk and think about what you did today. Think about what you did today, Brian. Okay, because he's been downright atrocious, and today's another example of it. Okay, Nick saying after the game, Nick doesn't. Oh, I didn't have to talk to the players. They handle it themselves. Excuse me. Like, I love that we got leaders in there that can handle it after the game. Okay. You're the head coach of the football team, Nick. I need you to say a couple things, all right? I'm going to need you to address your football team after an uninspired loss. An uninspired loss today, okay? And people are out here going to blame other things. It all starts with the leader. It all starts with your quarterback play in this league. It all starts with it. and it ends with it. When the quarterback isn't good enough, like he was today, or downright atrocious like he was today, okay, you end up losing football games. Okay? You do 3 interceptions. 2 of them are absolutely his fault. That last interception is like, that's rookie stuff. That's rookie stuff, guys. We're going to give that a pass today. We're going to say, oh, it's okay. Listen, I expect Jalen to respond from this. I expect Jalen to rebound from this. But if we're here to talk about what we just watched, and what we've watched over the first 6 weeks of Jalen Hurts is a little bit concerning. It's a little bit concerning. And if you're going to sit out there and get your pom-poms out and act like it's not concerning, then just don't even talk football anymore, guys. Because then you got posters above your bed and you can't see through the damn poster. Look through the poster. It's a $250 million quarterback, guys. It's your franchise quarterback. Zack Wilson looked better than him today. Zack Wilson. I'm going to repeat it. Zack Wilson looked better than Jalen Hurts today. Zack Wilson, didn't give the other team opportunities in this football game. He took care of the football today. The biggest thing that we can take away from Jalen Hurts through his start as a quarterback till now is his ability to not turn the football over. That's his biggest strength. And a lot of quarterbacks' biggest strength is not turning the football over. Well, today he made some throws that were really head scratchers, and that last throw of the game, I don't know where you're throwing that. That's like I said, that's a rookie mistake. That's a backpedaling, throw off my back foot, and try to zippity do that, and then you threw it right to the guy. So I'm concerned.
2 guys could have picked that.
Yeah, it isn't a hater hat. Like I love Jalen, but I'm also going to keep it 100. His play over the first 6 weeks is concerning. I'm officially concerned. Right, there was weeks where I gave him, he started to come back out of it. Right, boys, he came out of it, and we were feeling better about him. But man, that's bad, dude, because you're not going against their best defense either. They got their secondaries all banged up. Their secondaries all banged up.
Still the best defense we've gone against.
Yeah, I know.
And that makes it more concerning because he looked bad on top of looking bad. Sorry to cut you off, Tom, but he all day, which is something we've been talking about all year that he's grown from, is that he was going one read, tucking and trying to run all day. Go through your progressions. He tried to run too much today. Way too much. We didn't run the ball enough, and he tried to run too much.
Yeah. He didn't look comfortable today at all.
No, not
right. He did not look comfortable today at all. And I see people out there, Bill Middlebrook's like, I must have watched a different game. We're just not going to blame Jalen. We're just not going to blame Jalen today.
You must have, because he had 3 turnovers.
All right, and I gave you the one, Bill.
5, really. They dropped a couple.
They did drop a couple, and some really bad balls. And I already blamed Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni, guys. So everybody's stopping in late here. They already got it. I said Brian Johnson had to walk home from MetLife. Think about his mistakes today. Think about throwing the football as much as you did today. Now, the one other thing I'm going to say to the people out there before I really get fired to F up tonight, okay? You don't pay a guy $255 million to put in the belly the whole goddamn game. You understand this? So everybody's saying, oh, well, you got to run the ball more. You got to run. Oh, jerk me off with that shit. That isn't worth it then. If you got to be 55-45 every game, then that's a problem. Damn it. I know you need to run the ball to help your quarterback out. Every quarterback needs a run game. But don't act like that he isn't getting paid to sling the football around too. That doesn't get anybody off the hook. That doesn't say there wasn't bad play calling. It wasn't saying we shouldn't run the football more. But that's saying when you pay a guy that much money, he should be able to deliver too.
You should cover up the imperfections, right? Absolutely.
Come on. So Lane Johnson gets hurt. I get it. We don't win when Lane Johnson's hurt. But at the end of the day, he's not getting 255. So make a damn adjustment. You don't roll anybody over. You don't chip block on that side. You do nothing to change it up. So that tells me you're just going to keep dropping back, keep throwing the football, and it is what it is. But I'm tired of the free passes. Like, oh, well, you got to run the ball to help them. Help them. Are we okay here? Help them.
We do need to run the ball more.
Of course,
But
Wilson, of course we do.
I'm
but
with you, though. I'm
I
with
don't
you.
like the excuse of like, well, that's why Jalen didn't play well. But what?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you just watch the game, he made bad decisions. I don't care what you want to say about running the ball more. He made bad decisions with his throws today. That's just fact. He just did. And we do need to run the ball more. It's an absolute disgrace in a game that we dominated. We can not really dominate. We controlled the whole game pretty much, and we only had halfway through the fourth. We had 8 handoffs. Like, come on, what are we doing? That's embarrassing. And like you said, I mean, he should have to walk home, 100%. But Jalen didn't play well at all. Played bad. Probably his worst performance of the season. And that last ball might be the worst throw of his career. Especially in the situation it was in. It's probably the worst throw of his career. So yeah, I mean, I'm concerned. I would agree with the poll. I got concerns. Especially with how tough our schedule is coming up. He hasn't looked great all year, and he looked bad against the best defense we've played so far, and they're missing half their secondary. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm very concerned. I still think I blame maybe the coaches a little more, but it's a 50-50 street here. Coaching staff and Jalen really to blame for this. Defense kept us in the game. If we want to talk about it, the first couple turnovers, we were able to weather the storm because the defense played well, kept them out of the end zone. And honestly, I don't like giving them the touchdown at the end there. I'll be completely honest with you. Zack Wilson could fuck up. They could make a bad play, hold him out of the end zone, use timeouts, kick a field goal to win the game. You had 50 seconds left probably. I don't like giving them the free TD. The only thing I like about it is that Breece Hall. But no, I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it. I think the whole game, it was a sham. It was a game that we felt like, we got to a lead early and we just thought we could just sleepwalk through the rest of this game and came back to punch us in the mouth. Maybe it's something we need. Maybe we're smelling ourselves a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like we totally fucked this game, and maybe it's something we need.
Yeah, it was 14-3 at one point, and
14-3 the whole game basically.
17 unanswered. Well, at halftime it was 14-9. It was 14-9 at halftime.
Halfway through the second, it was 14-3.
Yeah,
maybe not even halfway. Maybe early second.
You can't score no points in the second half of a football game and expect to win.
No, absolutely, 100%.
So, I mean,
I don't care how inept the other offense is.
True. And listen, and I get it. There was bad play all around there. You don't lose against a team that you're that much better than, like we are with the Jets. Like, we're way better than the Jets, obviously. You don't lose a football game like that, the Bill and everybody else wants to tell me about everybody else, which I know because I watched. You don't lose a football game like that without a lot of other guys being a part of it. I get it. The poll question isn't about everybody else. So that's what I'm asking you guys to do in the chat. Stop talking about everybody else and answer the poll question, and then we can go through the laundry list of problems. All right? But I'm going to riddle you in again. I'm going to riddle everybody again. You really lose while your franchise quarterback play in this league. That's why it's the most important position in all professional sports. Damn it. It's only important when it's convenient. When it's convenient for people. That's when it becomes important for people. The masses, when it's convenient for the masses, then it's important. So, you guys get where I'm going with this? I'm tired of the damn excuse. This ain't a rookie quarterback no more. He was paid to mask problems. You're paid to mask problems. You're going against a Pac-12 secondary today. Goddamn Pac-12 secondary with the injuries they have.
One guy fresh off the practice squad, I believe.
So miss me with the bullshit. I already blamed DaVonta for dropping pants and looking like shit. Okay? I already blamed guys. I already blamed the offensive line, the bad play calling, etc. But the poll question ain't about all that. Are you concerned with your quarterback right now? If you say you're not concerned, again, I'm going to ask you to take the poster down. We can never keep it 100 with certain people in this city. I don't understand. I do not understand. When he deserves it, I'm the first guy. The first guy to give him praise. When you play like shit, we're not supposed to come on here and say that. We're supposed to come on here and be like, it's okay. I expect him expect Jalen Hurts to respond to this. That doesn't mean what I just watched is okay. Damn, it looked like hero ball today.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Looked like hero ball. We watch hero ball from some other guys in this city that tried to do too much. Today, it looked like he was trying to do too much. 6 picks in 6 games. But let's blame everybody else.
No, you're 100% right. I absolutely agree to Paul. And even through the last few weeks, there was concerning things, but we always get out with a win, right? So when you get out with wins, it masks some things that might be concerning, because at the end of the day, all we care about is winning, right? And you thought he was going to, you hoped at least that he was going to build off of last week, right? Which I think we all thought he was probably his best game of the year. Well, that was fun. That was fun because he digressed very much this week. Their defensive line controlled this game from the jump street, but he didn't make the right. He made, even on DeAndre Swift's football or touchdown, the ball was behind him. Right? You know what I mean? Like, even some of the throws that he connected with, weren't great. So I'm absolutely concerned. His play has been concerning. It's just he was able to get out with wins, and that's ultimately all that matters.
Yep, and that's what we've said for weeks, right, Greg? Like, we're not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and fine-tooth comb the guy when he's winning football games because he's getting paid to win. Like, if you win today with all the extra, I'm coming on here and saying, dude, here you are again, finding ways to win. That's all that matters to me. But when you lose, and I got eyeballs, Bill, and you're culprit one.
I was going to say biggest plays on him.
Come on, Bill. Listen, I get it. Me, Wills, Greg, Sweepsy, we all were like, run the football here. What are we doing? But at the end of the day, if they put it in the hands of a $255 million guy. They put it in the hands of their franchise quarterback and said, we get it, we win. Right? They put it in the hands of their guy to not throw a pick then. That if he doesn't have it or doesn't like what he sees, to throw the football away. He did not do that. So, yes, does blame go on Nick and Brian Johnson? Of course it does. They didn't throw the football, though. He made that read. He did.
And if you look at a lot of it, too, he came to the line of scrimmage. They had 2 plays at once, right? Like a lot of teams do, right? He called 2 puddle, and then he checked out of, I would assume, a lot of runs to throw the football.
And I agree with Linz here. He hasn't played great all year, really. If we're being honest.
No, but we've given him breaks.
Well, yeah, we've been okay with it because we've won the game.
Yeah, I want to know where my boy Eddie Brown is. Where are all the people that you can never say anything wrong? Now, again, this isn't hating. I want to keep clarifying this for the masses. There is being critical and there's hating. Ain't nobody running him out of town. Ain't nobody saying we don't want him as a quarterback. We're saying it's concerning.
Yeah, and the people that are like, you wouldn't be shit without Jalen Hurts, you're a moron. I mean,
you're an idiot.
We have the best offensive line in football. We'd be good with any quarterback, if we're being honest. We might not be awesome, but we'd be good.
No, yes, Bill. We said no, Bill. I'm going to help you, Greg. No, because last week's conversation was that was Jalen Hurts' best game in the season.
It wasn't that. Week, so.
Well, I'm going to help you. Yeah. That's what last week's conversation was. It wasn't like crown the mother. You know what? It was that's his best game of the year, and the answer was yes.
Yes,
the answer was yes because
and
there
were still flaws in that. If we're going to nitpick, there were still flaws in that.
I mean, you can always nitpick almost every game, I feel like. But it's glaring when you don't play well, when you're the biggest reason for the loss. I mean, if he just runs a yard ahead, dives down, and we punt the ball there, I still like our chances to win that game. I don't think they're going to drive on us. That interception basically cost us the game. Even though we hadn't played great up until that point, especially the second half, the interception basically cost us the game. So
you can't make that
the number one guy.
No, you can't. 100%. It's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing to throw the football there, which we don't agree with. None of us do, right? We all were like, what are we doing? The other side of it is like when that play call comes in, 101 is I cannot turn the football over
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
You can take a sack.
Incomplete's
You
good.
can do a sack. A sack is better. A
Yeah,
sack is
yeah,
better
I'd rather
than
you just
incomplete.
go down. Rather just go down.
Just
That's
go
the problem.
down. You
Nothing there.
That's a rookie. Listen, and again, I'll preface this by saying I believe Jalen Hurts will respond. Okay, but that's a rookie throw right there. That's a Zack Wilson type of throw right there. I'm going to back foot it and try to thread a needle. Come on, man. We got to start being fair. Yes, we win and lose as a team, but we don't talk like that in this city though. When we win,
I'm not sure he can even. I'm not sure if he even was able to step in that throw. He gets that in there. It's a tight window, and he threw it off his back foot, back pedal, and just they have no chance. There's no chance of it getting in there. No chance.
none at all. Well, Eddie says the whole team sucked today. Missed field goals. Well, one missed field goal, drop passes, fumbles. They all sucked. Yeah, they did. They did, but they still had an opportunity to win this football game. Without that interception, who knows how it goes? I'm going to rule you how it goes. The Jets are not driving the length of the field on you. So I'll tell you how
With
it goes.
no timeouts.
I'll tell you how it goes. Okay? Because this game was all but over. And we played like shit. And it was still all but over. But you're saying everybody sucked. The defense didn't suck today.
Yeah, defense played well.
The defense had tons of injuries. Tons of injuries. Like you cannot make
Hassan Reddick played very well.
You cannot make that throw. That's all. There's blame. There's other blames, right? But if I'm ranking the people I blame the most, well, guess who I'm starting with? Jalen. And I'm going to go from there.
Ding, 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 ding.
The guy who
Just like when we win games, who gets most of the credit? The quarterback.
Yeah.
It goes both ways, guys. We can't have it one way or the other when it's convenient for us as fans. And that's what I watch. That's what I read in the comments. I read convenience. Convenient. Certain guys, we're always looking for a pass on. Well, it's not all, look at it, blah, blah, blah. And there's other guys in this city that get smacked around about everything. Everything's that guy's fault.
I don't like to say this every week, but I feel like I do. But people are morons. It's an epidemic. There's an epidemic of morons.
Like we said, Jalen Hurts, and Keith touches on this. Jalen Hurts' biggest strength is taking care of the football.
Yeah.
Right? We can hang our hat on.
Yeah.
That's one of his strengths.
Big strength. Big strength.
Today and throughout this season, he's not done a good enough job with that. For us to get back
100% Keys.
For us to get back to the place we want to get back to, man, it starts with Jalen Hurts taking care of the football. Because I'm going to riddle you this. We ain't going to no Super Bowl or doing any of the things we want to do this year if he continues to turn the football over at this rate. That's 6 turnovers in 6 games. That's 6 interceptions in 6 games. How many turnovers in 6 games? 9?
I think that's it.
Is that it?
Hey,
I'm sure there's fumble loss.
He might not have lost the fumble, Tommy. He's definitely fumbled. He definitely fumbled a few times, but we might have gotten all of them.
Yeah, Martian, this feels like a regression season, man. You're right. It does. It has from the beginning. I don't know. Listen, I'm never going to bet against the kid. You understand that? Through all my ranting and raving tonight, I am not betting against Jalen Hurts to figure it out and to get better. I will not. I refuse to. Refuse to bet against the kid. But next week's a big-ass test.
Yeah, tough game.
Big-ass test.
Going to have to score next week.
Wait, so he has 7? He has 7 interceptions. He has 7?
Does he have 7?
Yeah, he had 4 going into today and 3 today. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Huh?
He has 7. Shit, I got to change that stat. I gave him a freebie.
Gave him a benefit of the doubt.
I don't give him 6. I don't give him 6.
So he has more than he had all year last year. Will be the way to say that now.
Yes. So he only had 6. He had 6 interceptions all year last year.
Yes.
He had 7 in 6 games. But nobody's concerned over that. Everybody's going to sit down and go, I'm not concerned over that. That's cool. That's all right.
It's on pace for 20 picks. That's a lot of picks.
That's a ton of picks. We're not. Dude, we end up winning 11 games. He turns the ball over that many times.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, it's too much. Too much.
There was one
too
fumble
much.
in the New England game. I just tell if it doesn't show if it was lost or not.
Well, either way, somebody said he has 8 total.
Yeah, no, if
turnovers.
it says fumble, that means it was lost, I think, Greg. I don't think they have the ones that aren't lost listed.
So either way, Greg, he's got 8 turnovers.
So he's got 8 turnovers in 6 games. Yeah, it's not great.
Not ideal. Not how you draw it up. It's amazing. But to our team's credit, up before now, it's amazing we're 5-1.
Well,
with all that,
let's
right? You know what I mean?
Let's look at this. Who have we played?
I was gonna say we haven't really played much. I don't like to be in that guy because I'm always the guy that everyone gets paid.
But you play who's on your schedule, right?
But,
you know.
Yeah.
But you turn the football over at that rate with your upcoming schedule, it's not going to age well.
Yeah, we won't be 5-1.
It's a wrap.
We won't be 5-1 over the next
New England,
6
Minnesota
with the same amount. Of
pick
turnovers,
against Minnesota, 2 against Tampa Bay, 1 against the Rams, and 3 today. The fumble was against New England.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with it, and I just know it's hard saying anything. It's hard saying anything like wrong about the guy because we love the guy, right? And as we should love the guy, and as everybody out there should love the guy, right? Because he's a tremendous competitor, right? He works his ass off. He says all the right things, right? And guys have bad games, right, too. But he's had a bad season. That's the point. He's had a bad season. And now we have a little bit more of a sample size to judge his season off of, right? Weeks 1, 2, 3. You don't have a lot to judge yet. But now we're 6 weeks in. We're 6 weeks in. And you turn the football over more than you did all last year? And we're not going to be a little bit concerned by that?
Yeah,
it
we're
doesn't mean you
through.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't expect them not to bounce. Like, I expect them to bounce back from it. I expect this football team to be ready to play next weekend, as they should. They're too resilient of a group not to be, okay? But you better get your track shoes on next week, babe. All right? If you think you're going to sit around and turn the football over and give them short fields, you might get 60 put up on your ass. And I don't care how good your defense is. We talked about it before we came on the show. All right? That's like a Power 5 offense playing against mid-majors. That's how much they spread you out with their speed. And if you're not ready speed-wise and offensively to match that firepower, and I'm not crowning the Miami Dolphins, I'm just speaking the truth. If you're not ready to match that physically, mentally, and offensively, it's going to be a long night at the link. Long night at the link. You think you're going to turn the football over, give them short fields, and not be ready to go defensively. Because Josh Joby, we're going to see Josh Joby's numbers the whole game if they ain't ready to play. Josh Joby, Reed Blankenship. Right? The secondary is going to get tested. It's a big thing. I don't care if Darius Slay's back or not. It is a test city coming in next week for you defensively, for you keeping your assignments, for you staying disciplined, and offensively, it's the same type of test because ain't no scrub defense walking into town next weekend either. They can play. They can play. Again, not crowning them. This is your biggest test to date. What's walking into Lincoln Financial next Sunday is our biggest test through the first 7 weeks of the season. It's the biggest test. We're going to find out a lot about the resiliency of this football team, the resiliency from our quarterback. But at the end of the day, when you're getting paid to be a franchise quarterback, it starts and ends with you. There's other blames, of course, but it starts and ends with you. You threw the football into whatever coverage you're throwing that into. You're back foot throwing that. We don't have to like the play call. We don't have to be like, why are we throwing it? Right? You got to be smarter with the football. Your biggest strength is not only your legs, but your ability to take care of the football. That's why we were so good last year. We were great in the red zone, and we did not turn the football over. Why is that so hard to remember? We have like, you know what I mean? Like everybody forgets. It's like everybody got getting freaking punched in the head around here, and we have this short memory. Why were we lethal last year? We scored early and often. We didn't turn the football over, and we let our defense pin their ears back. Recipe for success right here. Hello? The same reason why the guy played a tremendous Super Bowl last year, but everybody just passes over the fumble for 7. Like it didn't happen. He was tremendous. No shit, he was tremendous. You can't turn the football over. That's a recipe for losses.
Yep.
You make Zack Wilson look like the better quarterback today. We all know that's not true. We all know it's not true. And yes, do I like you throwing as many times as we did today? No. Okay, no, I don't. But at the end of the day, you can't be scared to let it air out with your franchise quarterback when they got practice squad guys playing back there. Come on. Now, at some point, make an adjustment, right? Which didn't happen today.
That's it.
He didn't make it. The coaching staff was downright horrendous today. Now, not the defensive side, because, Sean Desai has his guys ready to play no matter who's in the lineup. Right? A lot of losses today, and those guys were ready to play. Not against the best offense in football, but against a team that just ran the ball for 200 yards the week before. Against Denver, I get it. But they were still ready to play with no Jalen Carter, no Darius Slay, right? Not easy. Not easy to go into a game without 2 of your better players. The Jets were in the same situation. Same situation to that. But guess what they didn't do? They didn't turn the football over. What up, Sweeps? Mr. Rudy Poo, super chat.
What's up, boys?
What up, Sweeps?
Yeah, I mean, that's the key. I mean, the game plan coming in can absolutely be to sling it all over the yard. All right, no Sauce Gardner. They're banged up back there, but you go up 14-3. It's time to be a little more smart. All right, with the football and who's looking at the sheet as well. I agree with you. All right, so it doesn't mean that you can't come in, expecting your guy to carry you, but you just gotta be smarter. The game dictates it. It's a time and score sport, unlike some of the other ones. It'll dictate it for you, and then obviously they were in a dogfight, and they just never wavered from what they were going to do. They dropped back. He dropped back 50 times. If probably some of them he tucked and ran too. So I'm saying like 45 officially, but he probably 50 dropbacks. Come on, man. I think that's too much the way this team is built. We talked about it earlier. When Lane goes out, and I'm sure you guys covered it I was having technical difficulties, just like the Eagle, just like Jalen today. couldn't get in here, but so I'm sure you guys covered it. But once he goes out, I understand that. Like he's the key to this. It's for a non-skilled guy. For we've everybody said that. Anybody that watches football and knows, he could easily be the MVP of this team. They go as he goes. All right, in the trenches. So that's with no excuses. They still have good enough backups, and you can help a guy. You can't leave if a guy. You don't expect anybody to replace Lane Johnson, but you can help him. You know what I mean? Like you surely can bring another tight end in. You can chip somebody. You can do whatever you have to do to slow somebody down. So that's I don't know. I just think there's too many passes being given out. I think the game plan was terrible, and quite frankly, the quarterback play was terrible. Right? Not as bad as the Falcons game, so it could be worse. You could be an Atlanta fan, but for a guy that's making a lot of money, it just wasn't good today. And I know some guys have said he's been dropping dimes all over the place. I'm not sure what game you're watching. I mean, there was a dime down the sideline to A.J. Brown. The other ones were $250 million throws that you have to make, right? So, okay, DaVonta dropped some. Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't go as far as there's, some guys saying they're dropping dimes all over fucking North Jersey. I mean, I find that hard to believe. I don't know what you're watching. You're not watching the same game. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. He was bad today. And everybody runs for their lives.
How about the last one?
Hold on a second here, Bill. Bill, hold the hell on. Because now we're going, this is the shit that I am not going to play, right? Because when you're paying a guy $255 million, he makes up for the warts. He's got to make up for the warts. He's got to make up for the injuries. God damn it. Then give the money back then. Because if you can't make up for the injuries, then you're not worth it. I'm not telling you he's not worth it. I'm saying that I don't want to hear 6-5 for the rest of the year because of this injury, that injury, or a third. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's like Chiefs fans saying, well, we lose Tyreek and we lose this guy and we lose this guy, the free agency. It's okay to take steps back. What? No, that's why you're paying that man. Now, I am not telling you he's Mahomes, but he's getting paid to that level. When you're getting paid the top 5 guy in football, you will make up for your team's deficiencies. And I'm not telling you he can't or won't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want to hear the bullshit excuses on why we may lose football games down the road because of injuries. You can miss me with it. You can absolutely miss me because no other quarterback in this city got free passes when they became the man. When you become the dude and you sign on the dotted line, you got to make up for it. That's sports.
Yeah, and especially in this city, 2018 changed that narrative forever. The injury narrative, right? That was we talked about that before. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It can't be next man up. This team is so resilient, and what a city, and the toughness and all that. And then on the other hand, when it's not going your way, say, oh man, well we're banged up. It's everybody feels sorry for us. No, it's either one way or the other. And 2018 set that precedent. Right? This is the kind of work they got. Plenty of talent in this organization. Of the 53 men, the roster's full of stars. All right, so that's just it.
Man, this feels good. I've never been told I've been right this much in my life, in any chat period. But it's like it's not a hate thing, guys. Like it's not. I love Jalen Hurts. Okay, I love his makeup. I love everything about him. But we got to do this the right way here. So don't tell me you lose this guy, you lose Lane. I get it, man. Nobody's more important than Lane Johnson. The numbers speak for it. Okay? But if he goes down, my 255, I'm going to keep bringing up the money because that's what it is. The 255 got to bail guys out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you come out of the phone booth with the cape on and everything and go to work. So, yes, did we throw the ball too much? Of course we did. All right, but we paying $255 to be balanced.
Yeah, no, you're right.
We're not. We got to be better though. Play calling for sure. We ain't paying $255 to put it in DeAndre Swift belly 22 times. And guess who? Because that's just going to be on the IR next week. He will. Now, would I like to see Kenny get some touches? Sure. Boston, sure. Maybe try running the ball a little bit. Absolutely. But again, what we don't have the answer on. Right? We'll never get the real answer. How many times is he checking into a throw? I don't know. On the surface, looks like Brian Johnson. You should just keep walking, honey. But the other side of it, how much leeway are we giving Jalen at the line? I don't know that answer. I would assume a shit ton if you just wrote him a blank check.
It looks like it, at least, right? It looks like there's talking going on at the line.
Yeah, maybe too much. Maybe too much. There might be a little too much. On the side of J.C. Penney's when we used to play grab ass on the side of J.C. Penney's. Maybe a little bit of too much of that going on, and not enough structure. All right.
Too much playground ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. It's almost we've seen Carson fall into that. Right. I hate to bring up Carson.
He did a lot of pulling it down and looking to run today. Early. I understand the Jets, are a physical team and they have a good defense, but you got to go through your progressions. And I mean, we still have a chance to come back and win the game. That last ball is just is almost like a Hail Mary throw.
Yeah, he's praying for a flag, right? In a flag happy league, he was praying for a flag.
I mean, if you want to throw that ball, as soon as he beats him, you got to throw it.
Yeah, but the sweep say it like that Gainwell was a sweeps or somebody else. I don't know. I'm all congested up top. But it was the sweep. Did you say Kenny was open on that play? Right across the middle.
He was.
Said that?
Underneath. Yeah.
Yeah.
He started. I don't want to crush him like
going left.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kenny popped open in the middle. And I also thought
at the same time,
if you're going to throw that ball
for him too.
If you're going to throw that ball, Greg, you got to throw it you got to hit your drop and throw it to him. When DaVonta's streaking down the side, you can't go to the left and then throw it so that everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Yep.
Then it's just a Hail Mary.
Yeah, it got to be triple coverage. You waited so long, it turned into triple coverage. You threw it into triple coverage.
He did a lot of holding the ball today. He had a very bad day today. And anyone else saying otherwise is just clueless.
It happens. It happens, right?
It absolutely happens.
Absolutely happens. But then we got to come on here and just deliver the blow like we do in this city.
But I would still I'd still like to see him overcome it and not make that last throw and still keep us in a position to win the game. I've been fine. If he just takes a sack right there or runs for 5, goes down, we punt, and then the Jets go down and score and beat us, okay, I wouldn't be as upset as I am now with him making that throw right there because he knows that he can't make that throw.
Marlik hits the nail on the head right here. Why do we keep talking about our injuries? They are one of the worst teams in the league and had a practice squad cornerbacks playing. Even without Lane, we should have dominated that defense. But Brian Johnson and Jalen have been horrible all year. And Marlik, that's just real talk. I love that. I love there's guys out there that are willing to have real talk in the chat because there's a lot of you. There's a lot of you out there that I can see how smart this fan base really is. The true colors of the fan base are starting to come out in our chat tonight. I love it.
You gotta just own it, right? Because I tell you right now, right? At 4:05, it was a fucking laugh party. It was a 4:05 in this city. It was 4:05, and ha ha ha! Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. How'd that feel? Well, 3 hours later, your guy. I got news for you. At least Brock, as heinous as he was, put his drunken jerk-off kicker in position to win a game. Who missed it, right? Jalen had the ball last, and nothing happened, right? And what you said, it's the NFL. Things happen. It's not always going to go your way. But it was a laugh fest at 4:05, and then here comes karma. Karma bit you right in the ass because maybe you got a system guy too that's more talented. Don't get me wrong. We'll see.
Oh, nice catch.
Good ball. Philly, Irish Drew. Thanks for super chat, brother. He said, these dudes lost the day before my birthday. What the fuck? Well, guess what? Philly's going to make up for that tomorrow night for you, baby. Phil, don't forget it. It makes the week a little easier when we got Red October tomorrow. We'll talk after Tuesday night because it could be a lot of doom and gloom in the city. Hopefully not. But, Philly's got a chance to get us rock hard again tomorrow night. All right, and make up for this little debacle. But you know what? It's funny because we were so out of it this whole week in terms of talking Eagles, in terms of like posting content Eagles, and they followed suit.
They did too.
No, you're right.
They definitely followed suit on taking the week off.
Yeah, because like you said, you never really have injury. You never really, think about injuries playing a part of it. Like when you're talking about the beginning of the year, like I had this as a loss when in the beginning of the year before, A-Rod blew out his Achilles,
Yeah. And Saul stopped playing, right?
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
They just and today bit him in the ass. They kind of played. They played with their ass on the top of the candle for 5 weeks. All right, and came out on top because they won the turnover battle. All right, they were resilient, they were tough, and they came out on the right side of those 5 weeks. Today you played reckless today, turned the ball over, and you lost.
Yeah, Bill, I see something different, right? I'm watching him like last year. I really go ahead. One sec, Wilson. Last year I really thought he trusted what he was saying. He was going through progressions better. This year, I'm noticing a lot of stare downs to whoever it may be. It's a lot of first read stare downs, and then I try to get out of dodge, right? He's not trusting like he did last year. It has nothing to do with Shane Steichen. It has everything to do with the quarterback. It's the same weapons. Yeah. So a change in air quote system doesn't change you cutting half the field away on yourself.
No, I'll let Wills go because he probably has something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bill, I was just going to say, Bill, I'm with you on that one because AJ definitely didn't think the ball was coming to him, stopped running his route, picked it back up when he realized the ball was coming, and it was slightly overthrown. It's a TD if he runs the whole way through. But, AJ's got a little bit of that in him.
Yeah.
That's not new territory for AJ.
And I'd answer yes to your last part of that, Bill. Yeah, I think after the crybaby fest on the sideline 3 weeks ago, he's went out of his way to force him the ball, and we know he's talented, right? But he's went out of his way to force him the football over the last couple of weeks after the cry fest on the sideline.
No,
Very
he has.
true.
And
Very true.
First Eagle wide receiver in franchise history that 4 consecutive weeks of over 125 receiving yards. First guy to ever do that in Eagles franchise history. So, to your guys' point, yeah. Now, not a bad guy to try to get the football to. He's a monster of a human being.
Great
He's
play.
unguardable. You can't cover the guy. When he's covered, he's not covered. That being said, now I've never seen DaVonta have a bad game like this ever. Like, again, that's going back to Bama days. He just doesn't. He doesn't. Now, sometimes when you're wide open that much, you think you're getting hit and you don't get hit. You know what I mean? You're like almost waiting for the hit, the one over the middle.
You hear them.
You can't drop that football.
Not there.
Yeah, you can't drop the football. There ain't no excuses for that. But again, I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback and say, well, if he catches it, we win. No, we're up 14-3 in a football game and total control over it. The only thing to give back control of this football game was one thing: turning the football over. That's the only way you allow them to stay in this game at 14-3. The only way. Not running more, not anything else, but taking care of the football. You lost the turnover battle 4-0 today, and you still almost won the game. That's how good the Jets are. They are. They threw the football away 4 times, and you still should have beat them.
If you just punt, if you don't turn the ball over and just punt, we win this game easy.
Yeah,
easy.
And like you were saying earlier about the comparison of last year to this year, just goes to show you, like, as much as you know how much I hate kickers, I think I've had Jake Elliott as the offensive player of the game for like 3 weeks. That just goes to show you that's Rutro Cherio. That's not great. You know what I mean? Like, he did his job last year, but like, your kicker's supposed to just be the guy that's, over there in the shadows. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And on top of everything that we've
Monster
said,
miss by him today, by the way.
Yeah, huge. No, huge. Obviously, he's not part of the game today.
Yeah.
Now, listen, don't get me wrong. As much as we've crushed Jalen and everything, I'm almost more concerned with the red zone, lack of red zone efficiency, because that's been all season. All season, we haven't been going to the red zone, and finally bit us today. Not that we were in there that much today, but it's been a problem all year, and that's a glaring thing. On top of Jalen's play today, that's something that's glaring. It just hasn't gotten better. Hopefully, it can get better, but it's not trending in the right direction.
No, and the 2 scores today took yeoman's effort by both.
I'm not sure that Jalen's still went up
by both men. Both touchdowns today took a monster effort by both men. Jalen got hit at the 3, did a little stretch thing, it went to review. Swifty gets hit. If they wrap up Swifty, he gets tackled at the 3 as well.
And that's a terrible ball too.
Yeah.
Terrible ball.
Good effort
really
by
bad
both
ball. Yeah.
Good effort by both of them on the TDs, but they could easily have been field goals as well, or one would have been a turnover on downs. Excuse me.
He does not play well at MetLife. Marlik said Jalen has been doing that all year. AJ mad, then Goddard mad, and DaVonta not getting his. It's like Jalen trying to force everyone the ball to make them happy. That's what I think the problem is. What happened to winning? And listen, like, you play backyard football with your boys, and you got a guy chirping wants the football. What do you start doing? Well, you start honing in on that guy. You start just becoming laser focused in one part of the field instead of going through your progressions and making the winning play, the winning decision. It's some of it's just like human nature, right? Especially when you're as close to AJ and DaVonta like Jalen is, right? It's not like we know the relationship with those 2 guys go back a long, long way. So it's even deeper. So when you have even a bigger connection friendship-wise, you really want to get them the football. You really want to make them happy.
And like I said, there's always a time and a place for it. I mean, that's where, and we've always said that. We're like, acting like a diva on the sideline shouldn't be it. You know what I mean? Like, there's the difference in the 2. When you speak of Davante Adams and you speak AJ Brown. Like I said, AJ Brown's skill, amazing. Davante Adams not getting the ball either. All right. But, he just waits till, like, after the game, you put a microphone in his face and he says, hey, you really should try to get me the football. But they're winning games. You know what I mean? You don't see him carrying on during the game,
Well, I mean, Mr. Rudy says we're a running team. Why do we refuse to embrace that? Well, I'll tell you why. When you pay your quarterback that
man.
When you pay your quarterback that kind of money, It's hard to put in the belly the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Mr. Rudy Poo, though. You have to run the ball more. And I agree with Tom saying earlier, we don't know how much Jalen's audible and out, but we're still not running the ball enough. I mean, you got to run the ball. You're 14-3 dominating this game. Run the football. Not to mention we have a great O-line.
I mean, Troy says it again, though.
Football.
No, we got to run the football more, but, I mean, why we throw the football like we do? Because we talked about all of it. We talked about why. $255 million quarterback, all pro caliber wide receivers, a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. I mean, that's why you throw the football. I mean, in a throwing league, we know this, guys. Jeffrey Lurie does not want that. This is breaking news, everybody. The guy who writes the checks gets what he goddamn wants. He wants the dog and pony show.
And that might
seem wrong or indifferent. That's why you should stick to movies. I've been saying it for years. Okay, but we know what he wants. That has been reported 1,000,001 times. Okay, 1,000,001 times. He wants to win by throwing. I think the worst thing that happened to this football team is that they were able to spin it around the yard in the Super Bowl last year. Spin it around the yard, and they came out this year thinking they could do that game in and game out. That's the biggest thing that happened because he spun it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that's when you go back to the money, like because probably you would look at that like, I mean, that seems a little bit unfair. It feels like a lot of on this guy's shoulders. It feels like a big burden. All those zeros, that's what comes with that. All those zeros make you feel they make that go away. It doesn't mean that that you're going to automatically play better, but like I don't want to hear any shit like that's a lot of pressure. That's a burden. That's a weight of the city. That check's heavy too. You know what I mean? Like that check's pretty damn heavy too.
Sweets, how many times do you say it to your players, right? Like in lessons or whatever, right? Like what's your pressure? You getting tied up when you go home? Look, I ask guys this all the time. Are you getting tied up when you go home? It's like Friday Night Lights. They wrapping the bat around your hands. Like what? When you got pressure, what pressure sets in? When I got a check, when I cash that check, that's when the pressure starts. In reality, when I got expectations that live up to, that's when big time pressure starts. Besides that, you're playing a kid's game. When you get to this level and you cash that check, that comes with pressure. That comes with expectations. The second you have those expectations under you, pressure follows it. That's just natural. You know what I mean? At this level, right? Like that's the way it works.
I like it or not.
Like, I don't have to like it.
You want to be the big guy. You're expecting a lot of you. We're expecting a lot of you.
Yeah, and pro sports, obviously pro sports is, way different than amateur sports. But, but I'm not saying, I tell, our young players the same thing. Like, what do you don't know anything about stress until you own a house, until you need a car payment, until you got, a family to take care of. That's stress. Going 0 for 4, what's that? See you tomorrow. Work harder.
Yeah. Go get an ice cream cone. Go get an ice cream cone.
3 straight hits.
TikTok.
Oh, he's holding them up. Oh, my. Sorry, Tom, in the middle.
No, go on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like,
hold them up for Maldonado. It's a good choice.
That's what I'm saying. 2 outs. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you're so ahead of me. I'm still not there yet.
No.
Jesus.
You're ahead of me. You're right down the goddamn street, guys.
Greg, you've been behind for years. You got to do something down there.
I got more of a
Doesn't
problem.
matter what we're watching.
I got more of a problem. Sweeps ahead of me 4 doors down than I got a problem with anything Greg said. You know what I mean? Like, how is that even?
3 doors down.
Jeremy Payne just got the hit right now. He just got the hit.
Me too.
A month ago.
I was a half hour late. So, I mean, now my Wi-Fi's juiced, baby. Juiced.
Must have heard you. They must have heard you say something.
Little HGH, and I'm good. My Wi-Fi's good. But 2 outs, Gary Pettis. You got to wave him. I mean, Maldonado can't throw it up out of his hand and hit it. Oh my God!
Guys, the other side is like Drake. We know what Jack Driscoll is. Okay, he's a backup right tackle.
Yeah, he's a backup.
Like, I mean, nobody you're going to put here is going to be lane. But
guess what? With backups, it's better to run the ball with backups in. Backup tackle, backup O line. Better to run the ball. They're usually pretty good against the run. Yeah, they're usually pretty decent running the football.
Can we stop? He's not worse than Winston Justice. Like, can we stop a little bit? Goodness gracious.
He's definitely not worse than Winston Justice. That's for sure.
He's not a starter in this league, but he's a good backup. He's a solid backup. He's just not Lane Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the best right tackle in football, guys.
Now it's Jack Driscoll's fault why we lost. I love that. I love it because Jack Driscoll's fault. Like now we're gonna start.
We didn't even run the ball.
We're gonna start blaming second. We're gonna start blaming backup players now. Like
that's why.
No.
Martin's got a great career against Montgomery.
That's why I was laughing earlier when I
That's why he held him up.
I couldn't get in. I was, like a kid looking over the fence, like I couldn't get in backstage, but I was laughing just, watching he's running for his life and give him a break. Like, take a look at
watch the game.
Watch the game and then take a look at half the league. Like half the league, has to run for their lives, and then, but nobody says anything about that. They're just like, oh, that guy stinks. You know what I mean? Like it happens a lot.
Russ nailed it here too. Russ said the problem isn't Driscoll. It's with the offensive coordinator for not changing and adjusting the game plan when Lane went out. And that's the point, Russ. Like when we were blaming stuff early on, when we first came on the show, it turned into it sounded like it was all about Jalen, but it starts with Jalen. Now, there's a lot of blame to go around on that, right? There's blame for Brian Johnson, who I think has been downright atrocious all year. There's blame to Nick Sirianni, who is an offensive mind, right? My head coach can't be an offensive mind and just get a free fucking pass
and not score any points in the second half.
Yeah, like, hey Nick, and then Nick, you have nothing. We're gonna take a commercial break in 1 second, but like, think about this. Nick said that he didn't have to say anything in the locker room. His players said it for him.
I'm gonna live bet the strikeout.
Just hold on to that for a second, okay, guys? I just want everybody to hold on to that. Not that I have this like major issue with it, because at the end of the day, I like that I have a bunch of leaders in my locker room, right? We're going to be back. Quick commercial break. This is Agree to Disagree. HED Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom-reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
Well, oh, right on cue. Nice crack. Nice crack.
Oh, cracker.
That's how we all feel after this loss. Welcome back. This is Agree to Disagree, only on HUD Radio. We are brought to you every Sunday by our doc. Got to make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, location in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The doc just messaged me. He got stuck back to school-wise. I don't know. Drop off at school took longer than I thought. Next week. So doc will join us next week. Was hoping to hear some of his get some news on some of these injuries, but we have plenty of time to talk about that because guys are banged up everywhere. And we're also brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. Go to phillysportstrips.com, book your getaway today at phillysportstrips.com. They're actually doing one that's going to Arizona, 18th to 22nd. You can go out, watch the NLCS in Arizona, go hang out with the guys at Philly Sports Trips. They just put that one together. So, and there's obviously plenty of Eagles ones you can still get a part of. So, phillysportstrips.com. And we're obviously brought to you by Royal Billiard. the premier game room store to Delaware Valley. They're stocked with the very best in pool tables, accessories, shuffleboards, card tables, dart supplies, bars, ballers, stools. Turn any ordinary room into an extraordinary gaming experience. Oh, did we mention they got hot tubs too? They're located at 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, PA, or visit them on the web, royalbilliard.com. So we're back. Agree to disagree. Talking to everybody after a terrible Eagles performance, a terrible loss. And our poll question, if you're just joining us, you can still comment in, vote in. Jalen Hurts play is concerning. A basic one tonight. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. And comment in, let us know. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Talk with us a little bit tonight. So what I want to do is I want to go through our top 5 blame game. We'll do a top 5 blame game. So I want you guys top 5 blames. I'll rattle it off first since I just thought of it, and I'll deliver it to you guys. So I had to rank my top 5 blames, and then we're going to get into Nick Sirianni. Okay. So, what I'll do is I'll give you my 5. Think about it, guys, and we'll also get into Nick Sirianni not needing to talk to the team after the loss today. Number 1 is always going to be my quarterback, especially when he turns the football over at that kind of rate today. Number 2 is going to be my head coach, right? Falls on his lap too, right? When my team isn't ready to play, etc., and offensively we look like shit, he gets a lot of blame for that. Number 3 will be Brian Johnson, because I think he deserved blamed all year, right? I mean, they've gotten away with wins and it's sort of going unnoticed, but our red zone offense hasn't been good enough. A lot of things haven't been good enough offensively. 4 would probably be DaVonta Smith. If I'm going through it a little bit here, and because 2 balls he would like to have. My last blame, Kenny Gainwell needs to catch that football on the sideline. That's a first down. That's a drive extender. Who knows how the game goes? So there's my 5. And
hit him in the hand.
Yeah, and throw Kenny in there just because, like, originally when that throw was made, you're like, oh, it got broken up, right? Yeah, it got tapped or broken up, and then when you rewatch the replay, you're like, really, bro? They hit you right between the numbers. I know you're a running back, but I'm going to need you to catch that football. So who knows how the game goes, right? No what ifs, right? But games probably change maybe if Kenny and DaVonta don't drop footballs. So there's my top 5. I also want everybody's opinion out there on Nick saying he didn't have to talk in the locker room after the game. His leaders handled that for him.
Yeah, I'll go. I am a little concerned that Nick didn't say anything. I mean, you're the head coach. Kind of as you alluded to, it's great. And we all knew that we had those types of leaders, right? But you're still the head coach. You're still the head guy, right? You might not have had to read him the riot act, right? And give him the whole, this is the most disappointing, whatever. But you have to say something, right? You have to address the elephant in the room, even if it's already been addressed. You're the head guy. So I do agree with you there, Tommy. Yes, Jalen. I'll go Brian Johnson over Nick just because Brian Johnson's been there all year as 2. So I'll just switch Brian and Nick because you're right. He runs the whole thing. I'll go DeAndre Swift going out of bounds there late in that game after he caught that pass. I think the first one was, holy shit, we're throwing the ball. And then it was like, okay, at least it was a completion, but now why are you going out of bounds? Right? Again, I don't think it was only a 2-yard gain or a 3-yard gain anyway, but you got to stay in bounds there. And then Jake Elliott. I'm not going to, crush the guy as much, but that's a kick you need to make. And if we know that we don't have to go down to get 7, I'm sure that play call towards the end there is a little bit, maybe not as balls to the wall, knowing you got a minute 50, 2 timeouts just to get 3 at worst, right? So that's a huge miss of a kick too. And then I think that also plays into Wilson, your gripe of giving up that touchdown too, right? If you're up 17-12, you obviously don't give up that touchdown. You play defense there.
Yeah. I don't even like it at where we were. So I would definitely not like it 17-12. Was that your 5?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen's number one for me. I mean, I might have more of a gripe per se at the play calling as a whole. But because he makes that last throw that you just can't make, and it's ultimately what costs us the game, Jalen's got to be number one for me. So I'll go Jalen 1. I'll go play calling 2. So we'll say Brian Johnson 2. I'll say Nick 3. I mean, I guess DaVonta drop passes 4, DaVonta / Kenny, and then 5, probably on Shaky Jake. Like I said, it's a field goal you got to have.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I think we're all in the same area, just different order. You know what I mean? I've always been. I know we always talk about players play, coaches coach, but I always, as a head coach, I know it's different at the pro level, but I always hold myself accountable. So I always put the head coach number one. All right, so it's his team. Everything goes with him. I know he's not out there making the plays, but it's still your team. All right, if you want to be on top of the parade, you want to be on top of the parade float, then you got to be you got to be running behind it too when things are going bad too. So I put Nick number one, then of course Jalen. Play, and then play calling. Same thing. Elliott's in there, so all the same thing.
I guess he's coming to town.
He's not wrong.
Jesse goes, that's the type of throw to get your ass benched in the natty.
And
you're right,
the guy that won the natty after that is coming to town.
Yeah, listen, family's coming to town. They're obviously extremely close. We know that. But just funny, that's the guy coming to town with an explosive offense next week.
And Swift's got to be on there. He's a fumble, and then like Greg said, a bonehead play.
Fumble too.
I almost forgot about his fumble.
Fumble and the bonehead play. Yeah, he's got to be on there.
Yeah, he's on there. We know DeAndre Swift's a super talented guy, but he's not a bell cow. He's not a guy that you're just going to go put it in his belly 22, 24 times a game and there's nothing to see here. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not. He's either going to get hurt, which has been his whole career, or he's going to put the ball on the turf, which he's had a tendency to do throughout his career as well. So, really great story early on. He's a dynamic playmaker, but he's a limited dynamic playmaker. And I think people need to understand that too. I think we get a little ahead of ourselves here and we forget guys' bodies will work. You know what I mean? Because the guy had a tremendous, 4 or 5 weeks. You know what I mean? But he's not a guy that's gonna touch the ball 20 to 24 times a game. He's just not. And if he does, he's probably gonna end up on the IR the following week. And that's not a shot. That's his whole career. It's the reason why Detroit went and took Gibbs in the first round and said, we'll let him walk. And that's a pretty good football team over there. And we usually take shots at Detroit, but that culture is different now. They make the right decisions.
And
not
Gibbs been hurt half the year.
True. No, you're right. But there's a reason they're willing to move on from a 24-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like, they're not moving on from a 28-year-old.
No, for the last 3 weeks, we said thank you to Detroit. And what the hell were you thinking? But you know your guys when you're doing stuff in your within your organization, guys, his work ethic. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying there was some kind of disconnect there, and injuries could have been at the top of the list. All right. But either way, they were willing to part ways, and they had a backup plan, and they're pretty damn good. You know what I mean? So,
what the biggest takeaway tonight is Bill refuses to put anything on Jalen Hurts. So what we've learned tonight from Bill is it's everybody else but the quarterback. And everything you said, Bill, is right about all those other guys. Okay, everything you're saying about AJ missed the bomb, Smitty dropped 2 balls, Gainwell missed an easy one on the sidelines. Hurts' arm was hit because he held on the ball for 25 minutes. On the one, Bill, that you're talking about, that this seems to go unnoticed by you, and Ellie missed a field goal. All factual things there, Bill. But the other fact is he has not played good enough this year. God damn it. He created the standard, Bill. His standard was he took his team to the Super Bowl last year. He got paid because of it. There's a standard to be upheld now. Fucking get it. When in this city do we stop holding guys to a standard? This ain't a rookie quarterback. This isn't year 2 or year 3. He has built his own standard, his own expectations. This isn't unfair. This isn't us asking for a guy who's not supposed to be good to be really good, right? Or to be great. We're not putting these expectations on him out of nowhere. He had a remarkable year last year. He was in the MVP conversation. And now this year, he's not in the top 5 of the blame game. God damn it, Bill. You're better than that.
I'll tell you what he's not, is in the MVP conversation.
And listen,
No, Bill, we're still talking about him because he wasn't good today. Either way, win or lose, we're still going to come on here with concerns with our quarterback through 6 weeks.
And hold on, actually, we are, because what you're failing to talk about, Bill, is that with everything that you fucking wrote out right there, we still win this game. If he doesn't throw that pick and we just punt the ball, we still win this game. 100%. Does anyone here think we don't win this game if he doesn't throw that pick right there?
No.
So it goes back to him. If he just goes down and we punt the ball, we still win. With all that you wrote out.
No,
win.
He's saying with all that stuff, they probably win by 30.
I don't give a fuck about that. We still win without it.
I'm just telling you what Bill's telling you. You know what I mean?
But
you can't make that throw.
I do speak, Bill. I hear you. But you can't make that throw.
I know what Bill's saying. But 3rd and 10, that's the ball game right there. 3rd and 10, you have the lead. 3rd and 10, you threw a terrible freaking ball right in the dude's numbers. Should have been a pick 6.
Bill. I love you, dude. I love you, and I love the comments, and I can't thank you enough for them, right? But we would still be talking about him, like because we come on here and we try to be objective, right? If we win this game, we're talking about we escape with a win. That's all that matters, of course. But we're still coming on here and saying, what is going on with Jalen Hurts? Why are we not seeing the Jalen Hurts of last year? Why are we seeing more of a 2021 Jalen Hurts right now? Because that's what we're seeing. We said it every week. Even last week when we came on here and we gave him credit because it was the best game he's had this year, we were still like, he doesn't look the same.
I know.
We were still like, he's winning, and that's all that matters. But it's nowhere even close.
No, you're right. I speak William. I speak Middlebrook. He's saying if they would have had 40 points today, if all that happened. What Bill's typing, I know, but I'm saying, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, I speak Bill. Bill's saying that's a 40 to 14 game, and nobody's talking about Hurts. That's what Bill's saying. But the reality is, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then the one play you needed to make, you didn't.
Yeah. I mean, and again, even if we're speaking Bill here, the bottom line is none of that shit did happen though, Bill. Okay, we got to use our eyes here, and we're still winning a game 14-12, and we likely win it if we just punt the ball there.
Darrell, you know what? No, it wasn't Darrell. It was Mr. Wing. I don't care what the other top 5 quarterbacks are doing.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like, I don't care. The one guy's got
rings.
We
have the best offensive line in football.
Like, I could care less what other guys are doing around the National Football League. I care about what my guy's doing. I care about my guy continuing to show growth as a player, not going south.
Who's getting put in the ambulance on the football game? Anybody know? I turned on it late.
Me too.
Ambulance on the field. Football game. Bills player down.
I'm in a commercial.
Oh.
Well, Sweet's going to get the update from the hospital before he's even off the field.
Greg, don't say it.
I'm rewinding right now. It looks like it's Damian Harris.
Conspiracy, Greg. There's going to be a stunt double of him in the
Oh
booth.
my God! I'll start that.
It's going to be a stunt double in the suite. Yep. The old uncle.
Thank you, Jesse. Yes, that's for Bill, I would assume.
The old uncle.
Oh, this, and this.
The old uncle tits and balls one. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Bill, in the biggest moment of the game, he threw his worst pass of the day.
Maybe of his career.
Of
his career.
That's what we look at. So if he doesn't throw that pass, we win the game. He did not play winning football today. What we're accustomed to seeing from Jalen Hurts, He did not play today. If we're good with that, not saying you are, Bill, but if we're good with that as a fan base, then we got soft as baby shit around here, and we got clueless real quick. That's what happened. Clueless if we're just throwing free passes around for this kind of slop performance today. And especially the pass at the end of the game. You can say whatever you want about a number, all the rest, okay? Okay, I'm judging the final moments a lot of times.
That's how you get paid. 2 minutes before the half and 2 minutes at the end. Game-winning drive, game on the line at the end, and a 2-minute drill before the half. That's how you get $250 million, right? Because that's what results in wins and possible championships. That's what you get paid for. You don't get paid for stats in the first quarter and the third quarter, right? Because that's what I was joking earlier. That's what I said. I think Sirianni thinks he's playing Greg and Madden. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, there's a time and place for it, right?
Yeah, Mr. Wing, that's what we were saying. He said, no excuse for that pass. It was pure stupidity. Don't understand why he just didn't go down.
Yeah.
And Carter says Lane Johnson, high ankle sprain. So could be worse.
He got rolled up on.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank God it's not worse. But that doesn't sound great for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that's definitely a 3 to 4 week. Well, with him, I won't even say that. He could play this week.
He could play next week. You never know.
So,
but yeah.
Knowing him, but I would assume at least 2 weeks.
And you know what's funny too? At that point in the game, you almost felt like that's the way the Eagles handled it too. Like, I'm not saying he could have played or he, maybe, but at that point, obviously we were winning. You almost felt like that the Eagles were like, all right, it's just the Jets. Let's get him back. Let's take care of him now. Start the treatment now, in hopes that he could, be potentially ready to go. You know what I mean? I almost felt like that because there was a lot of points in today's game where I felt like that Nick and the coaching staff almost felt like they were coaching like they were better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's
like
what
they
we
were the
said
smartest guys on the field, right? Going for the fourth down instead of taking the 3 points at the beginning.
Yeah,
now, granted, we needed that touchdown, but that play call was stupid.
Yeah, they were time
and place, right? Time and place.
They were playing reckless. They were treating them like a JV team.
Yeah,
and they got smacked in the nose. Like you rolled the newspaper up and you smack your dog on the nose, right, when he acts up.
Yeah, my problem is like,
oh my God,
no time and place, right? Know who you're playing against, right? And to your point, Craig, it didn't seem like at all today they realized they were playing against an inferior team and an inferior offense, right? Like you're playing against a team that has struggled to score points all year. You're playing against a team that has so many injuries, and you allow them to stay in it. You allow them to believe in themselves. The only way you lose that game today is if you turn the ball over 4 times. That's the only way you can lose a football game to that team today. It's exactly what we
turn
want.
on Sunday Night Football.
Well, it's also the NFL. the NFL, I told you, is one step above the WWF, and that's it. People are like, "You're crazy! It's the greatest of all time. We love it. We can play fantasy sports. We can do DraftKings. We can do all this stuff. It's one step above pro wrestling." Hey, just turn on Channel 10 tonight. This is a horrendous Giants team. You wouldn't take Giants against Audubon High School. No disrespect. Look at this.
I'm actually
against Audubon. You would.
I'm actually the one I took the plus. I did take the plus 15.5 tonight. I mean,
money line, you wouldn't have a hair on your ass. Money line.
Shot.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about points. I know they play with the points. Money line, not a hair on your ass.
Yeah, if you did, you're the biggest G-man. You're the biggest G-man guy in the world, right?
Even Spellman didn't take the points didn't take money line in this. Even though he did.
Bill, we love you, brother. You know that. We just need you to, we need you to burn spew a little fire at Hurts. That's all. Come on, hold the accountable.
I still think, guess what? After everything we've said, it's a bad loss. It's a terrible game by Jalen. Bad, awful game for the coaching staff. Really bad game for the play calling. Maybe we needed this. Maybe we needed a little kick in our ass. Maybe we were smelling ourselves a little bit. Honestly, now I think that we're going to smoke the Miami next week.
Here we go.
Well, I don't think that was a question anyway.
All right, Sweeps, calm down.
I unlike some of these other fans that come in there, I'm a realist. They play JV teams. The one matchup they had, they got kicked in the teeth by the Bills. So I mean, come on. It's cute. It's a nice little red rocket. It's a nice little toy you can take out of a Happy Meal. They beat the Eagles next week, then I'll buy in. They haven't played anybody. Come on, man.
Yeah, the Bills always beat them though, right?
They kicked the shit out of them.
Isn't there like a cycle in there? Don't like the Bills always beat the Dolphins. Dolphins always beat New England. New England always beats the Bills.
Yeah, how about 24-23? 50-20, they lost. Yeah,
I told you he's not sold.
Just like
I know. He is not sold yet.
Fraudzilla. They come.
And now they're going to put 50 next week against us, and now we got to sit here and watch the greatest show on turf next week, the greatest show on Lincoln Financial grass next week.
I might moonwalk down Princeton Place, all right? But until then, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Tyreek's going to be backflipping.
I was.
Waddle's going to be waddling.
Last time a horrendous Teal team came to town, I was in an Eagles suite, kept my mouth shut, and they won. They beat Sammy Dimes. They beat Sammy Dimes.
I remember. I was at that game too, I think.
That was a terrible game.
Oh,
my God.
The suite was silent. And I'm a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy wearing normal clothes. I don't clap. I don't do anything. I just watch. Then when I got in the car, I said to the guy, "You fucking idiot." Thanks for bringing me.
Robert, I don't know how we're stopping them either, right? But this is why you play the game, right? They also got a test. It's not like our offense stinks. I mean, it has stunk all year, but it's a big test for both football teams next week.
I'll tell you how we stop them. We get after Tua.
Well, good luck getting after it when we don't want to do any bump and run, and he wants to get the ball out of his hands quick. So we'll see. I mean, next week's another week. It's a new week, right? Every week's different in this league. So, we're going to find a lot about the toughness of this football team. Because
look at the Tyrod stepping in, making plays. I can't believe this is 6-0 right now.
And they're driving.
I know.
And they're driving.
Buffalo.
The old backup goalie. Yikes
on top of yikes. Tyrod dealing. The kid's dealing. I'm sorry. He's dealing.
Wilson's ahead of me. Now, Bill.
He's dealing.
Bill and the rest of you guys, that's a dime right there.
That's a dime. That's a dime.
Look it up.
I'm watching the baseball. I'm not even paying attention.
Oh, you shouldn't, but that's a dime right there. You dropped that right out of a hot air balloon.
I knew after our loss, minus 14 or 15 or whatever I had was donezo.
I'll tell you whatever. Tyrod might be seeing a couple more starts. Daniel Jones next, going to be in a little bad shape. May need an IR stint.
I mean, and on the other channel, Gumby is just dealing. I mean, I seen his act, all season. He fucking stinks. And now he's dealing for the Rangers. Gumby.
He has to get off that awful Cardinals squad.
I'm not
that succubus of a fucking St. Louis
put
team.
that white and red away.
Couldn't disagree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more.
It is hilarious how he's been dealing as a Ranger. He was pretty bad as a Cardinal.
Yeah.
I know that because I had him in fantasy. He was pretty bad.
Yeah, Bill. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, we went away from everything after the first drive. So,
first drive was great. 19 plays, whole first quarter, basically. Honestly, we might not have scored on that drive. I'm still not sure that Jalen got in, but we'll take the TD.
Well, now we won't. Now it doesn't even matter. Prediction.
We were.
Bill says the early prediction is Dolphins 38-23, dropping us to 5-2. Well, that would not be good.
31-21 Birds.
If we hold them to 21 points, I'll give you a hand job.
I'll take it.
Eyes closed. Doesn't count if your eyes are closed, right?
I'm gonna say 28-27. Eagles.
I'll go with an early. This game's a dogfight coming up. I don't think anybody rolls anybody.
31-21.
38-34 Eagles.
35-31 Eagles.
Greg's picking the Eagles. Now we're fucked.
Well, Mr. Rudy, I say that we hold the team under 30 this week because the NFL's weird, man. Like that's all you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Turn on Sunday Night Football, like we just said.
I mean, it's not like we're bad defensively.
Let me know who had the Bills getting shut out at home at halftime against the Giants. Let me know who had that one.
On your bingo card.
On your preseason script card.
To Tyrod.
Yep.
Yeah, not even the Daniel Jones, the Tyrod.
Probably the same guy that had Teddy Leonis going yard tonight. Was that Teddy or was that Tavares?
I had Leonis Tavares.
Yeah.
He's had a great year.
I know, but you had him going yard. Good for you.
No, I just I have him in my one DFS lineup. I didn't have him going yard.
Okay.
Happy he went yard.
Yes, absolutely.
I needed I don't know. I have two total bases for a couple people. I need Altuve to get a hit for sure. And no one seems to be hitting anything that Montgomery's throwing.
And they seem to be hitting Verlander hard, just right at guys when they're making outs. Carter squared that up to Tucker last inning.
21 years old. I mean, that kid Carter's
great story. Great story.
Yeah, he's swinging it.
What a player. Chris Young's done an unbelievable job with the Rangers. I mean, obviously him and Bochy starts at the top, which we always talk about. They got good players too. Don't get me wrong. But
I think that this is going 7 this series.
Well, yeah,
especially with a loss here. Yeah,
I think we might see both go 7.
Definitely possible.
I know that doesn't like.
Now he's feeling his position.
Well, I know you're going to disagree, Wells, because you're one of the guys I think that wanted to see Arizona in the first round.
I just think that Arizona's young, and I'm not sure they're ready for this. I think they just got a huge beating of the Dodgers, monster. Smells ready a lot like when we played Tampa in the World Series.
Yeah, but ready for what, though, is my question.
I think we went in 5.
Okay, no, but you said ready for this. We're ready for what?
Yeah, I think they're not. I think they're not ready. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Again, I'm going to reiterate, not ready for what exactly?
For the whipping that's going to come in the NLCS.
Okay,
that's what.
All right,
that's just where I'm at.
No.
I could be wrong.
At you. I was just, sometimes I think when you're young, you don't know any better. So to me, I don't necessarily look at like, oh, they're young and this and that. No, that when you got horses at the top of your rotation, like we do as well
with Milwaukee.
No time
to beat Milwaukee. I didn't think they were going to beat Milwaukee.
Yeah, when you got 2 guys you can throw like that at you.
Sorry.
Sorry
to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. No timeouts. 9 seconds. Ran the ball.
Oh my
God. Stopped. Half over.
Oh, wow. That's why you're the Giants. That's why you're the Giants. Wow. And they get second half kick? Wow, Tyrod. Never mind. Daniel Jones will be back soon.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Tommy.
Back to the practice squad for Tyrod.
I thought we would just giggle that. I mean, I know you took the point, so you're probably furious, but geez and crackers. What are you doing?
Dayball looks like he's going to blow a gasket.
He's got to. This guy checked into a run.
How do you run the ball here?
He checked into a run. The way Dayball's laying his ass up, he had to check to a run.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What are you doing?
We turn it on. I'll probably just get there.
I love
Saquon
it. I love
got
it too,
stuffed on the one.
I love it too because he V-lined back to him. You know what I mean? He could.
Oh yeah.
He's yelling at the offensive coordinator.
He's like, there's no way on national TV. There's no way on national TV I'm going to allow the New York media to put this shit on me. That's what Brian Dable just said. Absolutely no fucking way am I going to allow this to fall on my lap.
You see him?
He went back for seconds. He was hungry, Tom. He wanted some more of that ass. He went back for seconds. Let me get some more of that ass. I didn't get enough of it. Put a little hot sauce on it. I'm going back for some more ass.
He yelled at the OC. Looked like the Vince Vaughn meme.
That's great.
Because our locker room's all freaking kumbaya all the time, Mr. Rudy Poo. We got a head coach that doesn't speak to the team after the game. His leaders took care of that.
I don't like. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I know everyone loves Nick. You think it's cool. He wears all the T-shirts and everything. He's one of the guys. Sometimes when you lose games like this, I don't like when you're one of the guys. I need you to get in there and be the leader of the team. Put some people on fucking notice.
I'm on the record. Bring me Dougie P back. All right? Bring me some ice cream.
And I agree. I agree with both of you. And I got a text earlier just about talking about something about that. Even before all hell broke loose, one of my buddies had said, hey, listen, Sirianni and Topper, they know how to handle professionals. You know what I mean? Guys don't want to be treated, like they're not dictators and stuff. And I said, I kind of disagree. I know what you're saying, but I disagree. Right? I think I said my number one disagree is both teams are very talented. All right. Let me know how Topper does in Miami. And that's not a shot at Topper. Love him. All right. I think he's done a great job. And culture goes a long way with me. Right. And I think obviously when he took over, he changed the culture, let these guys be who they are, 93 Phillies-esque, with the superstar and Harper. And we know that, the Eagles are very talented too. So I just, but there's no way you don't talk to the team. I can't believe that's something.
That's nonsense.
I missed the first half hour. I can't believe that's something right now. I thought you guys were kidding. I can't believe that's something.
That's got to be was he serious when he said that?
I mean,
no. He said, no, this is the way he said it. This is exactly the way he said it. Right in his presser. First thing he was asked. He said, yes, what did you say to the team? He said, I didn't have to say nothing yet. My leaders took care of that. Now, on the surface of it, part of me is like, okay, I love that we have the culture in the locker room to go handle that. Then the other side of me says, I look over my shoulder and I know my personality, and there ain't no fucking way that I got nothing to say when I walk in that locker room. I don't care if freaking Muhammad Ali's back from the dead talking. I got something to say. When I get embarrassed and I lose a football game to a team that's not even close to my level, and I go, and it looks like I went through the motions today as a group, as a 53-man group, from my coaches to my players, all the way through when you lose a game like that. I'm coming in that locker room, I'm going to say, oh, Jason, appreciate you talking right now. I'm going to need you to hold on 1 second because I got a couple of things I can say, and then time's yours. Then time's your guys to go say whatever you guys want to say. But you had all game to go say what you're playing, to go say what you're playing. You had all game to go say what you're playing. So now I'm going to need you all to shut up. Stop talking. Stop. Everybody wants to be the big leader in the room, the big alpha dog in the room. Now I'm going to do the talking. Freaking miss me on that shit.
Especially off a 19-play, 12-minute drive for a touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the rest of the game happens. That you can't ask for a better way to start a game.
No, that's an automatic James Conn program. Flipping tables, flipping coolers, and making Bobby Collins clean it up. Whoever the hell that is on the Eagles, clean that shit up. All right? Whoever, if it's Kenny Gainwell.
Kenny Gainwell.
Yes. Get a fucking mop, Kenny. Get a fucking mop. Go shit. Let's go.
Oh, my God. It's so true. That's me after game 2 Phillies. I mean, that's me after game 2 Phillies. I came downstairs. I was sick. And also, I just get up after the catch, right? I get up. Len's like, it's fine. They'll win game 3. I didn't say a word. I just walked down the basement, flipped the couch over, and I hear, there's something wrong with you. And I said, yeah, there's a lot wrong with me. There's a lot wrong with me. Where do you want to start?
Tommy Hutton all over again. Tommy Hutton all over again.
The same couch that you flipped, you're going to have to lay on it because there's a lot wrong with me. Hey, you got some time? Start the clock.
What do you need to know? Start the list.
Get out the pen and paper. Let's go. Get out the pen and paper.
Oh, my God.
Tommy Hutton. Whenever I think of bad things happen, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Tommy Hutton, that cocksucker.
We don't forget.
He wasn't really for sucking cocks, everybody. Calm down.
He did one time in Dallas.
He sucked one cock in college. He's able to cocksuck the rest of his life. It's sad.
Guy sucks one dick in Dallas.
0 points led 7 drives.
0 points led 7 drives.
The Eagles
0
are
points in the last 7 drives.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, I need the highlights again. That really helped me. The Eagles are 13-23 in games Lane Johnson does not start. So that's fun.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that way. Is that true to IR?
I'm not sure if that's I think that's a guess. I haven't heard anything. But, I mean,
I know we've talked a lot about
at least 3 weeks.
our splits against when Lane's not in. They're not good.
Yeah. Usually our offense doesn't look good when he's not in. Not good.
It's usually at least 3 weeks. Now, he's not a mere mortal. You know, they might shoot something up in there and just tell him, you know what I mean? Like, he's a one-legged Lane is better than, you know, a lot of guys in this league. But
two-legged Driscoll.
Put it on his shirt. Put it on his shirt, Wilson. Hashtag it.
That's not even fake. That's probably true.
It's not fake news. No. Don't feel bad, Driscoll.
Sorry.
Lane's that good.
He's a decent player.
Well, first off, the turf had nothing to do with Lane Johnson getting hurt today, and I see people on Twitter
he got rolled up on.
No,
saying,
that
like,
one.
That can happen at any
Here
time.
comes Greg.
No.
I mean, Greg was already talking about the turf monster. I didn't even know that. He's terrible turf. Terrible turf.
Yeah, he got rolled.
Yeah, X-rays were negative. X-rays were negative. He'll have an MRI tomorrow. So that's the only news. There's no IR. Nothing's been said IR wise. Yeah, real truth. We knew the Jets corners were out. That's why we threw it 44 times.
That's why
aged well.
That's why with a lead the entire game, we had 8 handoffs with halfway through the fourth. Every time I hear that, it cracks me up. 8 handoffs halfway through the fourth. We had a 19-play drive. How the hell did we not have 8 handoffs in that drive?
Is this the worst? Is this the worst loss for the Sirianni Hurts error?
Yes.
Yeah, gotta be, yeah.
Yes.
That's where I'm at with it too.
Yeah,
100%. I think it's 100%
be up there.
Yeah, it's got to be, and like I said to you guys earlier, I mean, really,
because I think the coaching might be more to blame.
Because really, in their regime, like that's what I was telling you guys. I mean, I wasn't, I didn't expect them not to score after I said it, so it wasn't like it was a mush job. But you see a lot of guys. Obviously, the Bills are an example. You know what I mean? So most teams have these weeks where they just don't show up. And you haven't seen that from an Eagles football team. Yes, they make mistakes, they do stupid things, but they usually show up week in and week out. And the second half, they disappeared.
Yeah. A lot of truth there.
So yes, I would say that's probably the worst one. Besides, if you're going to count the Super Bowl, just because of the magnitude of it,
Yeah,
right,
I would say regular season wise. Yeah, regular season wise is no question about it.
Well, it's only second one, right? Jalen's in the regular season.
Yeah, second loss in the regular season for Jalen.
Yeah.
He's 22-2 as a starter, which is tremendous. But
the last 2 years, right? I think it's the last 2 years. Because the first year he lost some games. But I guess I
tend not to.
Yeah, well, we don't count that for agenda reasons. But yeah,
Washington last year, maybe Washington last year.
It might be his worst performance since the Tampa Bay playoff game, as well.
Yeah, probably sweeps.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, or no? You know what it is? Sweeps? No. Oh yeah, because I think the other one happened prior. MetLife versus the Giants. He was downright atrocious. But I think
that was before.
Was that regular season, or was that?
That was
right.
21 regular season. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had a couple. He had a couple clunkers. He had a couple Bama Jalen's. In 21. Sorry. I mean, sometimes he throws the football, and I'm like, this is why I said I didn't think he could throw. You know what I mean? And then there's other times he drops dimes, right? And you're like, there he is, because he's done such a good job of getting himself better. Right, which goes to show you his character, his work ethic. That's why I say I'm never going to bet against the kid. I'm never going to tell you that next week he's going to lay another clunker. Absolutely not. I've learned better than bet against this kid. But we got to take a step back and say, dude, like there's going to be a point in time,
and it's not right now, that this roster around him is not this good. That's why last year's Super Bowl is going to haunt me. It's going to haunt me. One, because it's hard to get there. And two, you had it with a roster that was elite, an elite roster. Now you have close to the same type of roster again this year. You cannot squander these types of opportunities. You cannot squander them because there's going to be a point in time where this roster, unless you're just that great in the draft every year, which we know Howie usually isn't, even though he's been a lot better, there's going to be a point in time where this roster and this offensive line is nowhere near as good as it was. So who does that pressure then fall on to carry us? When I pay a guy $255 and I pay a guy to be my franchise quarterback, I pay him to go in the phone booth and come out with the cape on. That's what you're paying the guy to do. Those guys got to make up for your deficiencies. They have to. I know that's like, Tom, you're asking a lot, Tom. I know. But that's what the contract asks.
That's what the zeros do. Yep.
That's what they do. There's actually a little disclaimer at the bottom of the contract. It says there's going to be a point in time when the team around you stinks and we're going to need you. There's like a little disclaimer. You can barely read it. All right. Nobody can read it, but it says it on the bottom of all the contracts. There's going to be a point in time, hence Kansas City, where your roster is nowhere near as good as it was early on in your career. But you've taken steps that become special where you make up for the deficiencies. You tell me Patrick Mahomes doesn't make up for deficiencies week in and week out for the Kansas City Chiefs?
And listen,
he absolutely does.
Look at his
and you're talking about
no, me and you.
Like you said, we always just talk about
Kelsey.
And Kelsey.
We always talk about keep it consistent. This is a city that destroyed 5, who had nobody. So you can't destroy 5 and give somebody else with a shit ton of weapons a pass. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if he's a better dude. Doesn't matter if he's a good person. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we're talking about football.
Yeah.
We're talking about on the field. Yep. We're talking about on the field.
And that's so spot on. Like, it doesn't matter that you're a great dude. Like, it's about your play. Like, guys don't get 255 because they're awesome guys. There's a lot of awesome guys that last 2 years in the league that are A+ dudes that last like 5 minutes. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
Kevin Cobb, great guy.
Reportedly. Now, do you think he bounces back, or do you think this is a season where we're talking about his struggles more often than we're talking about his success?
I think it's a league where you don't flip the switch, though. So 7 weeks in, I'm not saying you're getting what you're going to get, you know what I mean? But there has to be some urgency, you know, and we'll see. But you would like, you know, of course you're rooting for a bounce back, you know what I mean? So he has to answer the bell in practice. He has to have a clean week of practice, and the game plan's got to be spot on. And you're probably going to have to match points with this, you know, with the Happy Meal, with the Happy Meal toys. You know what I mean? It's, you know, you're going to have to score 30. So we'll see.
No.
I think
No. Are you good? What are you talking about? You're telling me, Bill, you're going to tell me this offense isn't as good as last year on paper? Are you out of your goddamn mind, Bill? What are you talking about? This defense on paper is just as good. It's just hurt. The defense isn't even the problem right now. Let's look at the offense. Outside of Lane going down before today, this offense arguably is better than last year's offense on paper because they're all back. The whole band's back together. And then you need a wide receiver too?
And Swift is better than Shady.
Sanders.
That's a given.
Or Miles. I'm sorry.
So now we're getting rid of DaVonta Smith because he had one game that we didn't like. Are we okay? Now he's not a wide receiver 2. He's a wide receiver 1 in half the league. God damn it, man. God damn it. This team is bad. Bill, this team's just as good. It's just as good on paper, Bill. Wow. Please stop, Bill. Come on.
To say he's not a 2 or 3, holy shit. Like, you can have the other points, Will. You can have the other points, Billy. Like I said before, we love you, buddy. Love the interaction. But to say Smitty's not a 2 or a 3, come on, man. That's silly. You have to admit that's silly. Come on, bud. Be honest.
Billy.
Be honest. Be honest, Bill. Come on, bud.
Douglas, he is arrogant. I mean,
and I say this, and you can take take some things out of it. Like, met the guy in public settings, and he's an A+ dude. Okay, all right, A+ guy. But today was an arrogance coaching job, as Sweeps mentioned it earlier, and Greg did, where you just walked around like you're so much better than a team, and you can just do whatever the hell you want, and because you're the smartest guys in the room. Like, that's what I took out of today. I think we all did, right?
Yeah, because there's 2 minutes. It's at the 2 minute warning. So, some people are going to say that, hey, go for the kill shot. Okay, but if you run the ball there and it takes 10 to 15 seconds for the play, and then you take off another 40, you call timeout before you punt, you're leaving the Jets under a minute to go get a field goal on you. All right, I know, granted, it's not a touchdown, but it's still Zack Wilson under a minute.
No timeouts.
No timeouts. So shame on your defense if that happens.
Noob sniper. I got it. I'm going to say a couple of things back to you now. Okay. Number 1 ranked rushing defense in football, but they're a problem. With all the injuries, the number 1 rushing defense in football. So what are you talking about? Guaranteed at least.
And first off,
what are you talking about?
If you hold teams to field goals, you should win.
What's going on here?
You held the team.
I'm not sure what he's talking about there.
Yeah. What's this? A 3-3 game? Is this a 3-3 game? What are we talking about here?
Sean Desai's done a great job given the injuries he's dealt with. So, again,
this defense played really well again today.
This defense deserves a pass tonight. All right? Now, we'll talk about it. 11:30 next Sunday, we might be having a different conversation, right? But right now, they deserve a pass. But can we stop, please? Can we stop? Our offense has been downright anemic this year with all the weapons we have.
Yeah, 100%, Tom. Honestly, if you're asking me, like, the biggest difference between this year and last year is last year, everything came very easy to us offensively. We were moving the ball at will. We were scoring touchdowns at will. Everything came easy. Everything is more difficult this year. It just seems like it's much more stressful for us to score, which is not a great thing. And especially with our struggles in the red zone.
And that goes hand in hand with the new coordinator. Right?
Yeah,
whether he's been in the room or not, whether he's been in a building or not, it's just there's a new guy at the top of that, system, right? And we're going through the growing pains right now.
Yeah, agreed.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of my players, Jason Krause. Tomorrow is his 10 years. 10 years ago, tomorrow is when he had his stroke, and he's been 10 years without any issues. So I want to send my love to him. He's an A+ kid. And he's kicked it, what. So super proud of him. I know it's a big day in the house, obviously. When you're talking about anniversaries of something that, that monumental, obviously.
Prayers up, Krause. Prayers up, buddy.
Yeah, that's why
I want to send him some love before I forgot tonight, as I'm yelling and screaming about everything else. Yeah, I mean, Hargrave's a loss, but I don't think Jalen Carter's replaced.
Jalen Carter's been just as good.
Yeah, so
it's not really a loss.
No,
obviously, he didn't play today, but
your biggest loss is CJ, obviously.
Yeah, I would agree. Most glaring as well. When you watch the team play, I would think.
Mr. Rudy Poo says, you can't run an RPO when teams play heavy zone. We need to run the ball to beat the zone, but we refuse to. No, I agree there. I agree there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, again, a game you dominated pretty much the whole game, or at least were in control of the whole game. You had 8 handoffs halfway through the fourth. It's almost mind-boggling. That's straight on the play calling. And I don't even care if he's audible out a couple. Tell him, get under center and hand the fucking ball off.
Yeah, that's the question, Wills, right? That's the one I don't have the answer. And, and none of these goddamn dry jocks are going to ask it, after a game. But, I mean, dude, I got that. That's the first thing I'm asking. Is he audibling out of runs?
I would like to know, Tommy, because it seems like he is, right? Does it seem like he is? Seems like he is.
Mm-hmm. I would assume he has the right to.
Yeah. And honestly, if maybe
Or
we got to
ask
get
him
to
to- or ask
maybe
him
we
to
got to get
deposit
to a
that check
point where we
back.
got to take a little of that away from him, like Sweep said earlier. Maybe we got to be like, listen, this is the play we're running. Run this play.
Martian, they're the ones checking into it, though. Like you're saying, this Kelsey and Jalen not saying anything to Nick about the run game or play calling. Like they're the ones who are checking into what they think's the best.
I was gonna say they're the ones that should be running it, them too, right? They're the main guys, making all the calls, especially if we're on the fly and if we're doing multiple play calls at once. Jalen and Jason are the ones making the decisions.
Eric, that's where I think we're all stuck, my brother. I love the Phillies gear, baby. Red October tomorrow night. He said, as bad as
Absolutely
this game was, I still can't get past the third down pass that was picked after the 2-minute warning. No way the Jets score with about 50 seconds left as you punt there.
Yeah, you just go down, punt the ball, and I have full confidence that we win the game still. Yes, agreed.
So Marcus chimes in, and Marcus says, yes, Hurts is changing plays. That's why Kelsey was so angry last week. Hurts is killing the offense. Interesting.
Makes sense. Because you normally, if we go back to last week, you normally don't see Jason go bananas like that on the sideline.
Yeah, he was definitely mad.
Listen, we're going to find out what kind of season we're having next Sunday night.
Sure.
By this time next Sunday night, we're going to have a better idea on what
you
kind
got
of
to see
football
what
team
happens when
we
you
have
get punched. We got punched in the mouth today. Let's see how you respond. I'm actually confident that they're going to respond well next week. I think we might have needed this.
Might need a quarterback too, Jesse. Oh gosh, I did not say that.
We're going to be on for another hour now. that just opened up a whole can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes all the relatives. Here comes everybody. Here they come. Here they go.
Can of Earthworm Jims.
Oh man,
we got guys telling us he played well today. So when Tom just said you might need a quarterback, I mean, somebody heads are falling off in the chat. Heads are falling the fuck off.
Our pets' heads are falling off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you can say he had a good game today because he just didn't. You could take away 2 picks. He still didn't have a good game.
I love analytics. Oh, I hope this bites him in the ass. I mean, Gumby was dealing, but this guy is nasty, though. This guy is nasty.
Who'd they go to?
Scrabble. I don't know how to say his name.
It's like
Cyborg. I got no
We
idea.
all know who it is. So we're good, right?
Yeah, if you're getting a triple ward score, that's got to be like a 60-pointer.
He's got a Z in there.
He's got a Z.
A B. Get the fuck
He's got
out
a B
of
and a Z. That's Saburs. Yeah, Saburs.
Is that Josh Sabors?
Yeah.
Is the Z silent? Is the Z silent?
Cyborg type.
Z silent.
He's got 50 shit. He's got 50 shit. Oh, that's
He said Scrabble.
Yeah, did you see him frame that? Anybody else see him frame that the slider in the dirt where he just pulled it back like this?
That's spectacular. That's a 60-point triple word score.
I just dropped it in.
That's got a B and a Z.
Cotton ball. I just dropped it in cotton ball. We're just gonna keep it moving here.
Yeah. Pretend you didn't hear it, Cotton Ball. It's only gonna start a lot of trouble. Just roll up your window, Cotton Ball, and keep going.
I'd rather press Taylor than Nick Sirianni.
But it just goes to show you, like, I understand the other dude's young. I get it. There might have been a relationship, but there's a reason why a lot of assistants are studs and a lot of assistants are sought after. And you're seeing it in Indianapolis. I know they got Dort today, but Shane Steichen doing a real good job with the hand he's dealt. Right. I mean, he's employed by Pill Popper MD. All right. And Jonathan Taylor's out for a while. Now he's back. But, Shane Steichen shows that he might be, has all the components of being a good head coach.
Yeah. And again, they're supposed to lose today.
You wouldn't take Brian Johnson as a high school guy right now. Right?
No. And it's cool to have a good relationship. That's fun.
Yeah. That's
because I give a fuck about that. I care about that. Like, I care about, it's that coach. I'm like, I care about that. You know what I care about, Brian? I care about winning football games. That's what I care about. So I do not give a rat's ass how close you and Jalen are. That does nothing for me on the football field. Nothing unless you're winning games. Then it's a cute story. It's only a cute story when you're winning. When you lose,
it seems like you're not that close with how far you guys are off on your play calling.
Yeah, it seems like you guys definitely never had Thanksgiving dinner together.
There's a bit of a divide.
I feel like you guys might have been like Secret Santas, but you're way off, man. You guys don't even know each other.
Oh my God, this should get sweet. Mr. Rudy Poo.
You might have got it. Yeah, you exchanged Pollyanna, but I don't think you guys are fucking friends. I don't think you guys are close at all.
Guys never had a Thanksgiving dinner together.
I don't think you guys are close at all. Bullshit.
I like how Rudy Poo called him a nerd because he's definitely a nerd.
Oh, big time nerd who, and look, I mean, when you have the ponies in the stable, it makes you look smarter too. Now, he's done a tremendous job. When we also have show ponies all around. Now, we're saying this, and here we have the show ponies to do it, and we're not doing it. Right? Yeah. So it's not as easy as just, you have the players. And no, you need a great system. And if you have a great system and you have the personnel to run it, how are you, Miami? Because
and you got to be high every press conference. So I mean, Nick, you want to follow the lead, just get high every press conference. I mean, Mike McDaniels don't even know where the fuck he's at. He don't even know where the fuck he's at. It just looks like a little fucking as we said years ago, a little robot dick in front of him. He's just speaking. He's just speaking right in front of it. He don't even know where the fuck he's at, bro. You don't know where he's at. He's so fucking zooted.
I will say,
pass on some zooted, Mike.
It's a power move. It's a power move going from like ball boy to dropping 70 on a squad, though. I'll give him that.
Oh, absolutely.
Denver Broncos ball boy to how's that 70 taste?
Double earring, double hoop earring.
Oh yeah, I mean he looked exactly like I would expect that fucking nerd to look.
Absolutely.
But guess what? You get rid of your players.
Jim Horan.
Your players will love the nerd when you're dropping 40 a game, right? So you become a fan favorite when it works. You know, it's a simple league. Simple league. Soon as you get the respect of,
you feel, and you can feel like you can fix everybody. Like, bring old Chase Claypool in. We'll fix him.
Yep.
Fucking guy's got more talent. He's a fucking asshole.
He'll probably catch 4 against us next week.
But talk about a lot time. Talk about a
touch on Slay. Sure, I'll score a touch on Slay, and Slay's wife will tell you how great Darius is. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, he didn't even play today. He bombs by you.
You can't be big play when you're sitting on the sideline.
And you're no play Slay.
Yeah. That's a hell of a nickname.
Like I mentioned how I would have moved on, but that's just Tom. You know, I don't want this going too long tonight.
We're there.
From
big play Slay to no play Slay.
Yeah, I love how certain people on HUD had to text me week 1 on a fucking tip drill that I'll catch, right? And be like, there's your boy. Dude, it fell into his lap. Like, we act like it's Dion. Like the guy jumped the route. Like, I don't know if he's ever jumped the route. Like, when's the last time Darius Slay jumped the route and took a ball to the house? When's the last big play?
We'll love to see the video of today's viewing party. Holy Christ.
Yeah, a lot of overthrows, I feel like, for his picks.
Would love to see the video of today's viewing party. Holy
not a lot of tush pushing going on today, huh?
Woo! Yeah, a lot of tears. A lot of tears at that viewing party. Holy cow.
Oh, my God. I just got what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I like to speak in codes, Wills.
I had him the whole time. So
I'm sorry. Took me a second there. Sorry. I also get a little high on occasion.
Pete.
Tick, 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 tick.
Brian Wilson is best Mike McDaniel impersonation.
I mean, that's what I love, Will.
Minus the earrings.
Pete, this is the easiest blame game of all time. It's the easiest blame game that we'll ever do here on HUD Radio. Hi, Jalen. Hi, franchise quarterback. With a lot of air quotes.
What up, Pete Evans? We love our son.
What up, Pete?
Pete Evans. We love him. What up, Peter?
He is who we thought he was. sorry. I'm not gonna start doing this now.
No, but I mean, you're not wrong though. Terrible game. It's probably the worst game that Jalen's played since the Tampa Bay playoff game, like Sweep said earlier.
Sorry.
You're good.
Well, this is the kind of game that drops you to the second round. You know what I mean? It's the kind of game that is where some of the question marks were. coming into it all. Now, last year an anomaly? Or, right? See, that's what we're trying to navigate right now. Was last year the real Jalen Hurts? Right? Was today the real Jalen Hurts? Is it somewhere in the middle of those two? Because somewhere in the middle don't fly for me either, babe. I mean, that's the problem. I need last year's Jalen Hurts at all fucking times.
Oh, peaches and rainbows are fun, but adversity shows that shows you who you are sometimes, in this league. I mean, not as a person. We know that, what kind of, we know his character is monsters. I mean, he's a guy that did take his ball and left. He stayed there and he held the clipboard, like he's supposed to. You know what I mean? And we gave him credit for that, right? But now with all those zeros comes, here we come. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't want it, if you didn't want the smoke, then they cut those zeros in half. I'll take them, and you can roast the fuck out of me. Yeah. I'll stay there.
You can throw some zeros our way. We'll take them.
Yeah, you can roast the fuck out of me.
But no, you're right though. A little adversity. I mean, now we get to see. Obviously, like we said, I've always, always said he's a worker. He's gonna, I trust that he's gonna get it right. But everything came easy last year. Okay. And it's not coming easy this year. Now I get a little adversity, a little punch in the mouth. Big game coming up next week. I'm going to see how he responds. And I'm expecting him to respond well.
Wow, Keats. God bless you. But I mean, that A better not be true. And B, I don't think it's true.
Yeah, I hope not.
If not, there's big trouble in Little China here. The Walt Whitman Bridge will blow up.
Oh, Kayvon Thibodeau's kicking people.
Heads up.
Anybody shocked?
Who is this dude? He just kicked this dude 6 times.
Security.
What is happening?
Security. Somebody help me.
There's a brawl in this game.
Somebody help me.
Dawkins is probably not the guy I want to be kicking.
Heads up. 99.
Josh Allen came in. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say it again. Dawkins is probably not the guy I want to be kicking on their team.
99.
Yeah, I don't know that you want to be kicking him. He's a big boy.
99 laid that dude out.
Thibodeau kicked 70. Thibodeau kicked 73 6 times.
I mean, Josh Allen is 6'7", but I love the fact that he got in.
Oh, he can run in on a linebacker. I just saw it. That's my quarterback.
Get in there,
quarterback.
Get in there. Fuck your turnovers. Get in there, Josh.
Our guy's hiding behind A.J. Brown.
Yeah. I mean, when you're losing 6-0 to the Giants, you better get in there. I'm going to need to see you in there.
Speaking of 6'7", this fucking replay guy's a monster.
This
guy's a fucking monster. This guy's Wilson's working in the replay center.
That dude's taller than me.
This guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah. Now we know what happened to Sean Bradley.
He got hired.
Who's the sack guy?
Who is that guy? Is that George Mirasan?
He got hired.
Wow. Or he's around a bunch of A2D guys, one of the two.
Oh, 99. Oh.
That's what I said. That was 99 kicked ass.
Oh, he was about to punch somebody.
Yeah,
Leonard Williams? Leonard Williams is a monster. Yeah, he's a monster.
I want to see them showing what's his name on the ground again, just kicking 73. It was like an MMA fight when the guy's on the ground. He just kept kicking him.
Leonard Williams was like, I got a ton of energy. I never went to class at USC. I got a ton of energy. I got a ton of fucking energy.
He used to just pop Molly and run on the beach.
Is that confirmed?
Sounds right.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. Yeah, Google it. That's good. Terry, I don't even want to hear what Terry has to say. Should go back to the baseball game. But this smells of a 2-0 final. What are they looking at?
I want to see this Thibodeau in 73 again right here.
What are they looking at? Ejections?
He's gonna say, if you watch Thibodeau, he kicked 73 6 times.
Not 5, 6.
Watch when he's on the ground here. He just starts kicking them. Oh, they're gonna change the camera angle.
Just to confirm, not 5 times, 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 99. Leonard Williams got to get something. There's 50 penalties on the Giants. We're just gonna put them in the end zone. You can't be half the distance to the goal. We're just gonna give them a touchdown. Touchdown, Bills.
They just called offsetting penalties there. That's what they called.
That's incredible.
A lot going on for offsetting penalties.
That's so bad.
I agree with you, Greg. And it's the same in the NBA. The double T. They don't offset.
Oh, I hate the double T.
They don't offset. We shoot them. All right. This guy might be Shaquille O'Neal. But we shoot him. They don't offset. All right. You want to double T me? We shoot.
All that.
You know what's great?
For
you know what's great is
that's
we actually
terrible. That's terrible.
Even with the loss, we actually got helped out on that one. Where we jumped off sides, they completed the pass, and then what's called through the blind side or the crackback block.
Yeah,
and that ends up overtaking the offsides and backing them up. I was like, this is great.
Yeah,
this is great. And then we're still losing the game.
I know how bad it.
I need Latavius to get in the end zone.
Like you said, that was huge for the Eagles, but how soft is the NFL? I mean,
I hate that.
That's as clean as it gets, man. And you should be able to look at it because that was the same thing in the 49ers game. Because live, it looked like he took the guy's head off. All right, but then you looked at it at third down, in the 49ers game.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to hit him at all anymore at that sweeps. Like that's
they interviewed whoever was there. That guy said it was legit. Whoever it was, I don't know who that was.
Oh, you're apparently only supposed to be able to get in the way. You're not allowed to hit him.
Yeah.
So if Lazard just stood in the way.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Niners. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, you're right. That's what I mean. The NFL is so soft.
It's super soft. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't hit them, man.
That shit back in the day, there used to be depleters on them.
I mean, that's where the word crackback came from.
Yeah, as soon as there was an interception, people would just
every fucking bone in their body, man. At every level.
Every defensive player looked for that when there was an interception. Who am I killing on the offense?
I mean, I played wide receiver. And then Tommy played wide receiver. All right, that's what we live for. We live for a defensive end, not with his head on a swivel. Good night. Good night.
Oh, I would love a crack block from the tight end position. You got a linebacker that doesn't even see you coming.
Oh, I'm saying
doesn't even see you coming. And back.
I mean, we're running a 28 sweep. We never threw the ball at Audubon. So a 28 sweep, I got to get my money's worth. I'm cracking the shit out of somebody.
It's the only time I could ever put somebody on their ass is when you didn't know it was coming.
And then if you hit them like that, you don't put on your ass. You're like, okay, this could be a long game.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a lot of those games. Paul's barrel.
This could be a tough one.
I think Isaac Redmond just took me another 50 yards on his back.
Paulsboro, I'm still looking for my MCL and my ACL on every field. Hey, you guys see my MCL?
Glad you have those.
It's so funny because they play nobody now, Sweeps, They play all Group 1 schools now. They play like Wildwood. Just run all over Wildwood. We used to get our asses kicked by Haddonfield, Paulsboro, West Efford. They don't play any of them schools anymore.
Well, great show. Bad situation. So we'll be back next week.
Let's go Phillies.
Sunday night
football.
Let's go Phils.
Red October, baby.
All right, you got a prediction?
Phils in 5.
Phillies in 6.
That's where I'm at. Philly 6.
Phillies in 7.
I like the 5. I can see 5. I can see 7.
I like 5 a lot better.
Yeah, sure. We love 5.
We'd like to see our boy do well tomorrow, and then the bullpen cough it up.
I know you guys. That would be amazing.
Not you guys. I'm speaking for myself.
No, I
don't know. I prefer not.
I won't be happy during.
Yeah, you don't want tight assholes. I get it, but if he goes,
I won't be happy during going well. But
he goes 7 scoreless. Wheels go 7 scoreless, and then the pen implodes. There you go.
When we walked the bases loaded for Acuna to come up the other night, my ass cheeks could have made a diamond.
Did you hear how
it was a little
stadium got when
but
that
I will
ball
give a
got hit?
shout out to our boy gals. Good luck tomorrow. I know it's not very popular, but we love you.
Yeah, we do love gals.
We love gals.
Oh, we love gals. We're big gals guys here.
He will compete. This Phillies lineup is no joke. But he'll
Toy let him go 7 though if he's dealing. That's the thing. It's postseason, right?
He'll compete.
It's funny. I said the other day he might dial it up to 102 a couple of times tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world.
That's got to be so cool. That's got to be so cool.
Super awesome.
Playoff game here at CBP as a local kid. Oh,
he texted me last night. They got in at 8:30. So they got in at 8:30, and they were doing some family shit. And I told them enjoy it, man. Embrace the moment. Enjoy it, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, embrace the moment. But like seven innings, 2 runs, have a real good start. But I would like for you to lead the game up down 2-1.
Yeah, and listen, even the worst case,
QS,
and even the worst case, even the worst case for the Phillies, if he does his thing, I don't think you're worried about. I don't think you're worried about the other ones, And I think to Wilson's point, I kind of agreed with Tommy. When you're young and full of piss and vinegar, I don't know if moments are too big for you. I don't know if things bother you, but I don't think they're good enough. I think they're a couple years, probably a couple years early. But they got a clubhouse similar to I don't want to say similar to the Phillies because the Phillies have an outstanding clubhouse, but they do have a clubhouse talking to gals, and those guys love each other, they love playing for each other, and they do love Torrey. I know he's Captain Hook sometimes, but they do love Torrey.
He fights for them. He fights for them.
I will say, impressed. I think the Dodgers were dead in the water, but very impressive going to Milwaukee and then beating those two back to back. That's very impressive. It's super impressive.
Well, that's why everything's thrown out the window now. That's why, I'm not going to say the moment's too big. How can it be too big now? You know what I mean? Those moments were the biggest ones. The Milwaukee moment, you're on the road. You're in Milwaukee. You take care of business.
And they trailed in both of those games.
They're losing 3-0 in both games, right?
And then you went to the big.
We know playoff Kershaw is playoff Kershaw, but he's still going to be
the big bad wolf.
He's still going to be absolutely. He's still going to be a Hall of Famer, and he didn't even get out of the first inning. You dropped the 6, you dropped the nutsack right on his chin. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of snake right on your chin. Have a little snake balls right on your chin there, Kershaw.
And you know how series goes. You get Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman to go 0 for 21 in the series.
Yeah.
That's all it takes for the better team, maybe not to win, right? That's all it takes. So
your stars have to show up. Your stars have to show up.
Same thing with us. We're battle tested now. We can say that unlike last year. We're battle tested. We believe that we're going to win.
7 games gives you a little more room for error. In those short series, your stars have to show up. You know what I mean? If your stars don't show up in those short series, you're gone. So 7 gives you a little more leeway. Like I said,
we're going to need Kyle to show up.
Like I was going to say, if you were to stub your toe tomorrow, you still like your other matchups. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you're going to. I'm saying if you do, the sky's not falling. I don't care what the analytics tell you. I don't care what the nerds tell you. I don't care what the percentage tells you. If you were to stub your toe, you still like your other matchups.
Yeah, that's why that's why I think if we win both at home, I don't see it going over 5.
Yeah, my problem is my biggest concern is game 1. And I say that because the last thing I need for them is to feel comfortable. The second that they feel comfortable and they feel like, you know what, they can come here and win is the second I get worried. So tomorrow's a game I got to get. Tomorrow. I cannot have them feeling good here. You know what I mean? I just can't. I can't let them get comfortable here. Easier said than done. But I think it starts with, finding a way to win tomorrow night. Got to find a way to win tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to find a way.
The last thing you want is a young team going up 1-0, right, in this environment here. Because that same great crowd can play as a detriment to us, too, if we're not playing well. So
sure.
I think that goes,
Who hit that ball right there?
Bregman, I think.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy that at that ballpark, that ball's not gone. Because that was pitied.
6 feet to the left, it's gone.
Yep.
All right, boys. Great show.
And I know it's a dead horse, but good base running by Altuve. Sorry. I don't want to piss off Greg.
Looking at you, Harp. Looking at you, that boy, Harp.
I don't want to mess up Greg's poster, but that's good base running, Altuve.
Oh, it was.
It was.
See if he caught it.
Yeah, I don't know if he touched second again.
No, he didn't touch second again.
Because his step after touching second was on the third base side.
But as long as if he doesn't pass it, it doesn't matter. He's standing on it, right?
It looked like he went over it though.
Okay, I believe you. I didn't see it, but
yeah, he went over it.
If he's standing,
you might be right. He might have went over it.
But he's standing on it. How could you retouch if you're standing on it?
Oh,
he went over.
He went past
for some reason. I don't know why he did that.
Side. It was
Instead
a weird
of just
step.
coming back. Yeah, instead of just coming straight back, he like went over and then came in front. That was weird. It was really weird. Yeah, he did. He never touched.
You got to touch it back. Yeah, that's right. He's out.
Wow. So, all right, Greg, you're
terrible base running.
Yeah,
and here we are, baby. That's what we do here at A2D Radio.
Sweeps Moscow Tubi right out of a good base running.
We don't let anybody off the hook. His stupid ass bang the fucking trash can. You stupid ass. That's terrible base running. Love you, Harp.
Yeah, it's weird.
Look, Marcus Simeon seen it right away.
Yeah,
he seen it right away. He didn't even need the replay.
Yeah.
Strange that they would use Oxy on their uniforms. You would think they would put like a different. I think that's like OxyClean, but maybe a different maybe
not Oxy.
Yeah, maybe not Oxy. Yeah,
I mean, maybe get a feel for the
maybe
climate.
Not Oxy. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Oxy.
maybe a feel for maybe a feel for Texas. You know, like coming over the border.
maybe not Oxy
in southern Texas.
Yeah, somebody have a feel here. Somebody have a feel.
That is so funny that I just told him good base running. That's incredible. That is me in a fucking nutshell. And normally I would be like, Tom, dump out, let's get off the air. All right, but no, I'm a big boy. I'm gonna fucking wear it. That's unbelievable. That is because I really can't believe it. Like that's why I wasn't arguing with you guys. I was like, he's standing on the base. How could? And he wasn't. He replaced his feet like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, not when you want to get doubled up with Alvarez.
Yeah, Jordan's up. I know.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. And you know that Chapman's bound to shit in his sock. You know, if you let Chapman long enough, he's going to shit in his sock. You know?
Yeah.
All right, boys. Great shit. Go Phillies tomorrow night, Red October. Let's go get game one and go from there. And we'll be back on Agree Disagree next Sunday night. Giving you a post game, the Eagles, Dolphins. So hopefully a better result.
Yeah.
Boys, great stuff. We'll talk.
Good stuff.
Family out there, we love you. Thanks for all the comments, questions. Getting me fired up, everything that comes in between too. So hit the like, subscribe, stay with us. We love